Yeah. Don't you see that I need you so much? Don't you see that I love you so much? Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love. Oh na 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 na, oh na 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 na, darling, I need your love.
Dynamite drop.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the third episode of This or That. This is becoming a recurring trend. It's a worrying trend, and it's a trend that features myself, Cradden, and Trolulu/Ruben. What do you want to be called today?
I'm happy to be called Ruben, Barbara, whatever you like, man. I'm more than happy with that.
We take those. So this is This or That, where we're going to have two options. We pick one of the two, justify them, and probably flame people. So this should be good.
Alright. Which of these are you thinking is better, Cradden? Would you rather Volibear's free Ohm Wrecker or Zillion's free GA?
I totally thought it was like you would be playing this champion and then you had the item on top. And then I realized what Zillion actually does with my massive game knowledge of League of Legends. Yeah. So Volibear and Zillion, they're lore opponents. I think the free Ohm Wrecker is part of the new Volibear rework. It's cool. It's one of several tanks that when you're late enough in the game, you can dive towers anyway. However, in Zillion free Guardian Angel Chrono Shift mode, there's nothing better than a frame perfect Zillion ult. As a Zillion sort of main myself, there is no contest. It's got to be the Zilster. Are you going the same way or the other one?
Absolutely no fucking way. How I've longed for this Ohm Wrecker item to come back. They smashed out Raptor Cloak, one of my favorite items in the game. Zoom in faster when you're near turrets. Got rid of ZZ Rot and Ohm Wrecker.
Banner of Command as well.
Exactly. Well, it was a sad day for a Galio main like myself, as I was at the time. So you can't bring Ohm Wrecker back in the form of Volibear. You know, just give. Okay, let me put it this way. As Zillion, you're given a free GA. GA is already in the game. What's not in the game anymore? Ohm Wrecker. I want that Ohm Wrecker feel, an item that I don't think I ever purchased once in League of Legends because it's so absolutely useless. But I want it now. Now that it's gone, I want it. Give me that Volibear for Ohm Wrecker.
Yeah, forbidden fruit aspect. So one apiece there. Ruben going for the volley. I'm sticking by my buddy Zilster.
You would as a Zillion, mate. Right. On to the next one. Who has the better legacy? 7DS2 or 7DS1? Because I'm pretty sure WSL is what 7DS rebranded to. If
Yeah,
I'm not mistaken.
I think so as well. Like, probably the crossing point was when they had Endeavor on the team, but
Yeah.
that isn't one just the continuation of the other. I would say WSL, because they've been in other leagues more than 7DS, probably has the advantage. Like, they did a bit of rivals. They didn't have the best results, but showing up in multiple leagues is the way to go. And it depends what kind of legacy, if I'm honest, because in terms of success, WSL, I probably associate WSL more with success. When it comes to toxicity, yeah, WSL have it hands down as well. So 7DS, bit of the good, bit of the bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what to answer on this. I never had any involvement. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter if I had any involvement. It's about the legacy. All I know about 7DS is I tried out for ADC and they turned me down for clutch AD. Can you imagine? I can't believe it. So I
can't possibly. It would be like turning Endeavor down for jungle. It just doesn't happen.
Exactly. So I can't like 7DS. I have absolutely no involvement with WSL. So as a 7DS hater, I just have to say more of a fan of WSL's legacy. And I think they're still they're not even still around, are they? Do they still play? No.
No, they had red and green last split. Annoyingly, they beat us both NSK teams in playoffs.
Yeah.
And then both of the teams went boom. So 2 worlds cleared. That's some vision score.
I'm gonna change my mind on this. Actually, I think when you think about like who's the most successful team in VL, like 7DS is something that pops up in my mind. So I'm probably just gonna give it to them, just because Ward Saves Lives is not a mind. What's it called? A name that pops into my head instantly. But 7DS is just known for slapping everyone about.
With the Queen continuation as well, I wonder how much Plague will be thinking of renaming to like 8 Deadly Sins or something. We'll find out after the split, I'm sure.
We have been talking a lot about a rebrand. He does not shut up about rebranding. So
he's got logos coming out of every orifice right now.
I want to make logos. Let's think of 30 rebrand ideas. Slightly off topic. Anyway, on to the next one. We smoothly transition into the better beard, Ice or Silverback.
Probably the kicker is that I can't tell how much Photoshop has been applied to either. But I'm loving the lumberjack theme, and with the pub quiz coming up next Friday, I think that's totally a costume they should both get themselves on in. They both look pretty majestic, to be honest. It's the full long beard goes around the side. I don't know what my beard tiebreaker is in this scenario. I've never been put in such a beard pageant position before. I think for the aspect of the lumberjack, Silverback being a bit more ginger pulls it off better, but that's the only thing I can separate. They're so close.
All right, let me break it down for you, okay?
Let's do it.
Silverback, he uses to look more manly. You know, he's big beefy boy. He's gonna break you in. But I think I've never seen a picture of Silverback where I'm like, wow, I'm intimidated by this guy. Whereas Ice, he uses his in a different way. He's got the glasses combo as well. He uses it to look intelligent, and it works. Every time I've seen him on a podcast, before he makes a point, he has a couple strokes of the beard. It adds like 30 IQ. I'm gonna have to go with Ice just because of how it adds.
Intimidation, the intelligence. Yeah. I like it.
All right, moving swiftly along, we have Braum viability, blind pickable, or counter pick only.
Okay, this is good. Like, it's actually a question about support matchups. So naturally, I, as a support main, will be able to offer nothing due to not having hands and not having an idea on matchups. I think you can blind pick it. Like, there's no way it should be a counter pick only. That's too restrictive. It's kind of good as a counter pick. You want to sort of get all of the carries together, hit them with a Glacial Fissure, or sort of stack with an ADC that you like Lucian, that can trigger your passive easily. I certainly think you can blind pick it. In terms of exploiting Braum, getting poke on is okay. Yeah, I don't see why you can't blind pick it, and I think that's the root of this question.
All right, Cradden, I'm once again gonna absolutely destroy your point. I think Brom is a terrible champion in general. That's just my opinion, but I'm gonna say if someone blind picks Brom and you lose that game, you should disband. that you could literally, unless the only time you'd blind pick Brom is if you absolutely disrespect the enemies, because you're just like, okay, pick your worst, and we'll just lose this game. Whatever, I don't care. Even as a counter pick, I mean it can be okay, but I just think there's usually better options than Brom. Like, I don't know, if you're doing it for like Ornn or something, you can just pick Thresh or some shit. I don't know. You just pick anything, absolutely anything else, or you can even Leona. And if you want to stop the what's this called, the Ornn ulti, you just ulti Ornn. Just call it.
Yeah, just keep him stunned. I do love the meme quality of when the Call of the Forge God comes in. Everyone's hyped, everyone's listening in. You hear that, and then suddenly Brom goes, "Wait, I've got a door, bitch!" And then, yeah, it's great when that happens. It's nice as a counter pick, but so many other champions can do that. I can see Brom, like, I haven't seen him be tier S for a while. He hasn't got the solo queue win rate, but he certainly can synergize. I can see him.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this champion, to be honest. Maybe it's because I've seen Kui on it too many times. I don't know.
Something about Morg.
Yeah, something. Kui on Brom.
Yeah, all I'm saying is he reads people's movement pathing on Morgana a lot better than he reads standings on a spreadsheet.
I like that. All right. Next one, let's go. What is sexier, Cradden and tit shirt, or Kui and sparkly dress?
I can't even. I'm lost for words right now.
I'm sorry to say this, Cradden, but I have to give it to Kui. It's the look in his eyes, in this picture in particular. You know he's absolutely zoned out. He's put on this dress, and he's just, yeah, I'm happy with this. I don't think I could do it to someone who wears a Caitlyn hat, as I'm not a fan of Caitlyn. But the hentai shirt, I'm a fan of. So.
Yeah, shout to Rani, by the way, because when I was on Hentai Haven, she got several members of her team that shirt. That's a bit unrealistic on screen because not only is the shirt white, it's also much, much smaller. So think like Kui's size, but then 4 sizes smaller than that. And Kui's quite a slender man himself without the jump scares. So really the answer is it depends what you're into, but if you're into my Caitlyn hat and tit shirt over Kui's dress, then yikes, Summoner. That's Kui, hands down.
I'm not a fan of looking at these pictures anymore. So I think I want to move on.
It's nightmare fuel of the highest quality.
Okay. More hype Wait, sorry, I can't even read. More hype matchup for Plague versus CNT game. Is it the jungle and mid? Or is it the bot lane?
Okay, so let's refresh and it'll help everyone understand who the players are. So Plague, the jungle is Lordio, the mid is yourself, Ruben, and you've got Kui and Last in the bot lane.
Yeah.
What have we got for Cnturion? Is that Kiz?
Kiz and
is it Pyrotom? Yeah.
Yeah, and the bot lane is Bramsh and Wells.
I love that American dress coming in. Brilliant. Yeah, like in terms of hype matchup, I can see you just playing the least mechanically intensive champ in the mid lane, like Garen, and just like waiting for support to do something. Like you've said, the support should gank your lane a lot. Lordio certainly went bot lane a lot more when we played against you. So as much as I can see you and Lordio having a good time, it'll be later on when you do team fights. The jungle's going to be bot.
Yeah, I think I couldn't think of a more resident sleeper matchup than the jungle mid matchup, because every time I've played against Kiz, I've either entered or done nothing. So it's not that hype, you know. I'm not flashing forwards at 2 minutes. It's he runs it down or I run it. He walks into 3 Zoe Qs somehow before minions spawn. Gives me random 400 gold. Not that hype. And I don't know, bot lane. Bot lane will probably be a bit more hype. You know, I'll be. I just came off of some GOQ with Kui. I taught him the tricks of the trade. I'm gonna hype it up right now. CNT
Yeah,
bot lane, prepare to go 0 and 10.
Are there any hints as to what trade you've taught the man? How to wear a dress?
There is nothing more that can be taught to Kui about how to wear a dress. But how to absolutely dominate. I mean, we lost both of the solo queue games we played together, but I'll just say jungle diff and say that Kui and last, they're gonna slap. Me and Lordio, we're gonna argue all game. I'm gonna rage quit halfway through, and then bot lane's gonna just win, regardless of whether I'm connected. That's my prediction. That's the hype matchup.
And to be honest, judging by how Division 1's gone so far, Paradox have shown up pretty well, but they were beaten by Cnturion, if I remember correctly, 2-0. So Plague and Cnturion are the remaining unbeaten teams. They've smashed everyone so far. This is, at the moment, the game for Division 1, so regardless of lane, it should be brilliant when we watch it on Thursday.
Which will be... this is out Thursday, so yeah. Prepare for it, guys. Watch us now. Watch CNT lose for the first time.
And just in case you think that League of Legends is not a scripted game and that VL doesn't have writers, the first Drake in Game 1 is an Ocean Drake. You're welcome.
Thank you, Cradden, for these leaks. All right, let's head on up to the next slide. Who looks more their age, Boomer Trelulu or Weeaboo Copyro Fire?
How much of that is headset and how much is his hair? Like,
that's a good point. I'll be honest. Right, I'll tell you what as well is this picture. Right, I think I was 17 or 18 when this picture was taken as well, and it was, I think, four days before this was taken. A policeman in Serbia said, "I thought you were 25 when he saw me, and I was fucking 18."
So yeah, it's only a matter of time before you get just let onto a bus without a ticket for free. Like, let's be honest, people who are watching this, you're seeing on the screen 21 and 20. How much do you believe that, or how much do you believe those numbers have been made up for the stream? At this point, I'm not even sure, and I race with Pyro every weekend.
You know what as well? Last, I was in a call, and I said to last I was 21, or I said to just the people in Plague I was 21. And last, he thought I was trolling. He DM'd me, he said, "Are you really 21?" And I had to get him out my year 10 Spanish award. And it says like year 10 2013 or something like that, to show him that I'm actually 21, because he just would not believe me that I wasn't 30. So, but
yeah.
Then again, I would have thought Copyro Fire is actually 14. When I see Copy, I'm gonna try and get away from insulting myself for a quick sec and say it's very hard. We're not blessed with the best genetics. Well, I guess Copy in a few years will still look youthful. I guess that's the upside.
Yeah, the man just doesn't age. Like, by the way, I love the particular placement of the. I think it's is that Prince Adam or He-Man? Like,
I assume, yeah.
Yeah, I love the placement of Prince Adam behind Pyro in the most in the most uwu of positions. So I'm just gonna, like first of all, I'm gonna point that one out. And yeah, Pyro, like, he looks so youthful on camera. There was like a post in memes where he was playing like an anime dating simulator. Yeah, I'm gonna call him out for that one. And he was one of the girls on the simulator revealed that they were 16. And if that had been anyone else in the league, everyone would have gone full FBI alarm mode on them. Not Pyro, because everyone thinks he's about 12 or...
Yeah, true.
Like, sure. I think that 20 is made up right now. I still think he's 15, and I'm going to need to see some Spanish awards from him to see if, to tell whether that age is real. Like, I think you look more your age, Ruben. I would have
Thank
put
you.
I would have put you about 24, 25 off what you look like now. I'd have put you maybe 22 off what you'd have looked like then.
Alright.
But you at least look more your age than Pyro, who has gone for a nice swim in the fountain of youth.
All right, I'll agree with you because I don't want to be flamed. So
Yeah, tell us what you think in Twitch chat when this goes live, by the way.
yeah. All right, moving on. The more deserved ban:
Ooh,
EDX Dewey or TENT 10.
He's mofoing TENT, as the song goes. Yeah, I like how this is just a reflection and they couldn't just put the same picture twice, so they've just reversed the ban hammer. But yeah, so let's have a look at each one. So Dewey was the quintessential Smurf before Ruben came on the scene, and he was calling everything from the jungle. I did a scrim with him last weekend. He plays high mechanics, but he also calls the whole team at the same time. He does what I try to do from support, but on a much better level and actually with hands. However, the ban was for sandbagging because he was only Silver 1 at the time that the ban went in. And let me tell you, he's at least Plat, maybe Diamond level, and was then. Yeah, Tent, on the other hand, for anyone who doesn't know, a Stanley refers to a Stanley knife, and he says he was going to take his friend Stanley to visit someone's house. So yeah, that's the threat we're going with here. Which is worse? It's a tough one.
I don't know, because I'll say it's such a hard question, because I like Joey, right? And the whole sandbag, like dodging games to get a lower rank or whatever, like, yes, but then there's also the people who, like, everyone in spring 2019 was like Silver 1, 2-0. I think, yeah, I can be called a sandbagger, but I think I was the only person to climb to Plat to get out. Well, it was to get out of playing in CNT, basically, because I was very tilted playing with Nightmare Thor. but everyone sandbagged at that time. It's just because it was all deliberate. I can't say like Joey did it deliberately, and other people didn't finish their silver promos on accident. But I just think Tents is so undeserved that I would have to say that Tents. Oh wait, no, yeah. So I'd have to say that Joey's is more deserved, even though I don't really agree with either of them.
Yeah, like when you look at, if you want to see just the ban of sandbagging or death threats, then fair play, they're quite big offences. But there's controversial parts to each one, because Joey, I talked to him on Sunday, and he said that not only was the league very much a sandbagger's paradise, the whole league was effectively doing it, and he was made an example of. I'm not going to reveal names, but he implicated several people who have grown quite high in the Valence League organization, who were actively encouraging him to sandbag or dodge those games. So, but let's just say a couple of those people are still quite high in the VL organization, so there's a bit of denial involved on that one. But then on the other side, its intense ban was for talking in the Trash Talk server, which was touted as a place where you can say anything you like initially. And then the person he was threatening, it should be unacceptable to threaten anyone, but it was someone who the community has a bit of a distaste for. So there's a lot of incidental factors on both sides. I think the Dewey one was more deserved, but I think there's a yikes when you start to look at the facts on either side.
Yeah, I don't want to go too long. I don't want to make this too long, so I won't go into my complete thoughts on everything. Otherwise, this would be 3 hours long. But yeah, let's just leave it at what we have.
We've got the next Let It Rip episode lined up already. Okay, so for there, I think that's our last slide for This or That This Week, episode 3. We're going to stop it there. Thank you for watching. And I've been Cradden, have had Ruben or Tralulu with me. And depending on which stream you're watching this live on now, we're hopefully going to show you either the Division 1 hype matchup, Cnturion versus Plague, or Claytrons versus Deja Vu from Division 2 here for you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it will cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was sold. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control.
All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen, to another Valence League Thursday. I'm MotoJoe, I'm here with Demo, and we're gonna have Plague versus Cnturion today, a rematch of the last Splits finals. How are you doing, my man?
I'm very good. How are you?
It's been a good day. It's been a lot of sun. We've got Father's Day here in Germany. I don't know how it
Oh,
is
nice.
with,
No,
with you guys.
ours in February, I think.
Yes. So good day. Everybody scot-free. The tradition would have been to a group of dads drinking, but since the Backstreet Boys reunion tour we call it the coronavirus, there's nothing like that. So I've been hyped all day for this VL matchup, and it seems we're already in
Yeah,
Morgana, and the Blancs are already gone.
as soon as it was announced 2 was cast in all games, I was like, okay, these teams been at it before. And yeah, I'm glad the boring picks are getting taken away. I'm sad to see the LeBlanc go, but I am more than happy to see the Morgana and the On go. We want to see a bloodbath of a series back and forth, and we might even just get 3 games. Obviously, there's been changes to the last lineup, where Drigger and Pyro Tom's in. What was the other one you mentioned before we went live? What was the other one?
I'm not 100% sure.
Top laner, I think, was it? The top?
on
Daddy
top
G?
lane, if something changed there. But these teams are both unbeaten so far as well in Group 1. So this is, I think, as much hype as there can be. Finalists of last year, unbeaten now. This is for the crown of the regular season. And the Silas also gone already, and the set. So no face breaking this game.
No, but hopefully plenty of damage. And first pick it can be a tricky one. If you're looking at the other teams LPWG or there's something they really prioritize, it can be very easy. You just take that away. But since there's so much open, and of course we are in the amateur scene, there's so much comfort across the board, so it's always difficult to just be like, well, we'll take this. There we go. Power Tom's most played champion is the Fiddlesticks, so he's like, okay. But the thing is, picking that champion blind is good, gives your team priority, but on the other side, is there something you could have potentially taken that they wanted? That's the thing. Like, I don't think they would have wanted Fiddle. So that's kind of your trade-off. You get comfort and you get to see what they pick. But, Olaf is good into Fiddle.
This is a big one.
Yeah, Olaf's good into Fiddle. And yeah, it can be difficult for Fiddle to get things done if he's ever in the river, he gets caught. Olaf can just hit 6, run him down. No fear, nothing. So
yeah. Also, Olaf is probably one of Lordio's strongest champions. At least in solo queue, he's been on a roll with that one. So really looking forward to that. We're gonna see Last on Ezreal as well, a signature champion of his. so no huge surprise there either. So far, it's looking a lot like comfort picks.
Yeah. And if you want to pick up the blend, you don't want to show anything else, you don't want to show a support matchup, Ezreal's fine to take. It just means that priority can go over to the Centurion side.
Well, Demo, you wanted damage, you got damage. Along with the Fiddlesticks, we're going to see a Pike and a Lissandra
Okay.
for Cnturion.
Yeah, and it's a lot of priority given over to top and AD, which surprises me, considering they've already shown AD. You could, I mean, okay, now you can ban 2 mid laners if they don't reply, with something you're afraid of playing against. But I feel like Lissandra is really, really good in a situation where you're counter picking an assassin. I don't think she can be good on her own. So we'll have to see how it works out, of course. But yeah, Pike, Fiddle, Lissandra, you know, be said about damage. You're going to get damage, and you know, Karma's no slouch when it comes to Mantra Q. So she's going to provide a lot of damage as well, and the speed up for the Olaf too.
Do you think it's going to be mid lane Karma for Trolulu, or do you think Kui will pilot that one?
It could easily, like, I think that if I remember playing, it's not as relevant, but the only case of experience I have was playing a LeBlanc into Karma where she went Athenes and she had Merc Treads. And she become very difficult to kill, you know,
No
through full
sleeping
combos.
trouble.
So yeah, take away Trollo is most played as well. I mean, there's no harm in that, and I think his style of play as well. I can't see him on something like a Karma. I feel like Ezreal Karma is just quite a strong poke lane. And if Pike doesn't really get anything going, then he can just get poked out and have a very, very weak laning phase. But yeah,
Varus and Mordekaiser have been the bans for Plague in this second phase. Let's see the very last ban before Plague will pick another champion, our defending champions of the league here. This could be the first time they are seriously challenged since that final, in which, of course, they haven't been that much of a challenge. It was a 3-0 after all, so Cnturion will definitely want revenge here. No Yumi this game, so they have made preparations in case this Karma is either support or mid lane, with a mid lane and a support ban.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't scream alarm bells in terms of like, what are you doing? Why are you banning a Yumi? You can see the flex that could be there, but this okay.
Alright, they're showing their cards, they want to hide their top lane pick. It seems this looks like a support Karma, as Trololo will be on the Syndra. Let's see the response from Cnturion there.
Well, the trouble is that Lissandra has a lot of trouble. Again, especially against something like Syndra who has like consistent damage. Okay, it's like a 3-second cooldown on her Q. She's gonna be able to pump out a lot of damage. It's not like a LeBlanc where she dashes in, you get the aftershock proc, the chain won't do a lot of damage. Like, you're fine. But Syndra can just poke and down like an Orianna could. So she's got to really. There's no real chance for her to ever get aftershock off with a W. Syndra's never really going to be in range.
Yeah, and this feel like Major Leaf.
So yeah, it kind of makes it a bit difficult. But then again, okay, if he doesn't take cleanse, for instance, then it, you know, screams alarm bells for Fiddle to come mid. And
you should pick cleanse against. There's the Urgot for Simon Ferocious, so the team comp stands. Looks like a lot of CC for Cnturion. Let's see what Daddy J will get his hands on.
It is a lot of damage if you're looking at this side, like with Lissandra. This would be very Oh no! Go to Darius. Don't put Garen. Oh no, Garen. I honestly despise this champion. I think this champion, for having no resistances built into his item path and being ridiculously tanky through his W and tenacity, is absolutely absurd.
It also should never, like, he is overtuned as well at the moment.
Yeah, he's absolutely insane.
The easiest champion in the game should never have the win rate he has in solo queue at the moment. They still seem to be shuffling around a bit here. Because they could still troll us and put the Karma in the top lane, the Garen mid, and the I don't know what I'm talking about.
They
It's Plague after all. They have played Garen mid before, but yeah, it does look like they're going for the standard choice. Garen top, Syndra mid, the Ezreal and Karma in the bot lane. So with the draft done, give me a prediction. Who won the draft, and what will we be looking out for most in this early game?
Well, I think you've got to look around the junglers what they're able to do. Fiddle, isn't really going to cause too many problems pre-6 unless the laners are stepping up. Unless the Syndra is really hard pushing in, and then Lysandra can get the call off, get the stun down, or root down, and then same with top lane. If Fiddle can get the flip, like they kind of do the work for the Fiddle. He comes in with the fear, they a lot of damage. Potentially Pike as well with his Q. That's what I'm kind of looking at. If they're not able to do that and they're just going to sit back and get punished in these lanes, then I'll find it very, very difficult for Pyro to get anything done. And also with priority through a poke lane and a Syndra, I don't know how top will go. Olaf can have a lot of freedom to maybe try and get into Fiddle's face, make it really difficult for him. And it's the same with bot lane. You got a Pyke who wants to try and gauge onto the Karma, onto the Ezreal. Very slippy champions. You've got the movement speed from Karma, the Ezreal shift. It's difficult. And Kai'Sa tends to like hard CC supports that she can follow up on with her R. It makes it more difficult. So
yeah, of course, this is Bramsh we're talking about. So if he ever moves towards the bot lane at all is always a question. Of course, this is only a little bit kidding. As we know, Bramsh is someone who really, really likes to roam. With Pyke, he's on a champion that can have a huge impact in other lanes, especially when we look at this mid lane where two immobile mages are running around. So a Pyke and Fiddlesticks combo gank onto this Syndra could look a bit scary for Trololo. So you might want to pick up the cleanse in this one.
that's true. That's true. Do you think there's any nerves considering the 3-0?
I'm not
Do you think
entirely
there's-
sure. I mean, they have exchanged their jungler, and even with the 3-0 that happened, from what I've heard in the regular season before that 3-0, it was also Cnturion that had dominated the matchup, but then in the finals on the day, Plague
Well,
just showed up.
yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure about the nerves, especially with the new voice in the jungle. There could be a lot of new confidence coming in, as they have been dominating their matches in this group so far. So I think this first game is going to be fairly clear of nerves. Of course, if the first game goes heavily in favor of Plague, the self doubt could start to come in, right?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I think that the draft is a very difficult one because both teams are very clear on what they want to do. It's not like both teams are playing through a scale-needed carry or a split push top or like a late game mid, like Cassio or Zeus, things like that, or Cork even. It's very much top lane mid games. Top lane will spike mid game through two items. Fiddle wants to get the good ults with flanks. Olaf kind of wants to finish the game before 25-30 minutes. Lysandra may want to roam early on. Like, there's just so many, and then obviously we've got the Plague side, but the bot lane wants to poke Syndra's strong 2-3 items. It's sort of very up in the air, which is good for us. Don't get me wrong. When you're casting this sort of game and it's unclear who's going to take advantage, it's good. But it's just to try and get a prediction is very difficult because
Yeah,
the
it
win
does look
conditions
like
are
the
so
team
different.
comps were fairly well rounded. No
Um,
overwhelming strength in one part of the game, in my opinion,
I
but
feel
no
like
overwhelming weakness when it comes to scaling compared to one of the other comps. Sure, the Olaf is not a champion that scales terribly well, but Syndra Ezreal is always a danger in the late game, right?
if I was to go down to simplicity, I would give it to Centurion because they have Lysandra R, they have Fiddle R. There's tools there that are easier to use. Garen has to get melee range, Olaf has to get melee range. Botline provides no CC, Syndra has a stun. There's no natural CC there. It's pretty much just chase them and get advantages through laning phase, and then we're too strong, so it doesn't really matter. You come to us, we win anyway. I'm glad Lysandra's gone for the electrocute. Either that or Comet. It's good because Aftershock's not very useful unless you're against an assassin. So I like the adaptation. Fiddle going for the very confident Dark Harvest, Halo Blades, Man Immune, seeing that on likes of Draven, Corkies have picked it up. It's strong as well.
I would have probably expected a meteor on the Lysandra, but of course, having the burst from the electrocute against an immobile Syndra could be a huge.
Yeah.
help.
Well, yeah, either that or Comet. Either one is good. I think Comet I feel like is much better against like melee lanes.
Yeah,
Like your
definitely.
Gallios, things like that. Like you can kind of harass more. I'll let you be able to do the same, but overall, yeah. It can be
Speaking of
preference too, so...
We are in game, as the teams are still held up by the base gate, but in a few seconds they'll start running. What do you think? Are they going to be invaders level 1?
Well, Mantra Q, Olaf Q, I mean, all the Qs are strong, pretty much from play game instead of things. Depends if Pike starts Qs. I mean, yeah, both teams could do something level 1.
Oh, they are grouped.
So it looks like they're expecting an invade, whereas they've just gone with the...
Yeah, they have
Standard
warded
start.
their own red buff, just to be sure, and they're just sitting in this jungle, waiting for someone to show up, but it does not look like Cnturion want to give them the pleasure of having someone turn up. So
And
they're
also, Ezreal already
putting up
warding his own red buff. So maybe they're expecting someone to walk in there try and get a ward, but yeah. And so they've already... I mean, it's okay for Olaf to do this. Extend a ward, go back, get a sweeper, but he's doing this... He's only going to have, 20 odd seconds to get back to that buff. So
It's
might
looking
have
like
to
he wants to go for red buff, actually.
might have to solo start this. I mean, 15 seconds might be okay. Gar might have to take a couple of autos. Doesn't want to do that. I feel like a bit slow. A very scared start from Plague.
Yeah, they
I would
definitely
say.
were expecting an invade.
Another
Trololo getting
ward
down a ward
there
here,
is...
takes some harass.
The problem I find with these wards is they're giving no information whatsoever. Like, that ward is only good if Feral is going to be there. Same with the blue. He's not. So those wards are useless. That ward in the river, not really going to be useful. He's not going to show level 2 in the river. That ward's going to die and give you no information as well. So it's... It feels like it's wasteful information. But it's not going to cost them too much. But also, Cnturion have done it too. They've got 2 wards. One of the entries to the jungle, one on the bot side as well. So a lot of early wards. What's the...
Poke misses there.
What's
But
the
he was
relevant
very
with
forward
this?
at one moment there.
5 wards used within the first 2 minutes. That's
Audio has already exchanged his ward for a sweeper. Of course,
Yeah.
Fiddle not
Yeah.
likely to do that due to his... It's just a harmless scarecrow passive.
that. I hate that passive. And when it runs away, you're like, wait, is that actually him? Oh wait, no. But it just feels so like. I mean, it's not as. They made his trailer look so much creepier than the actual champion. You see the champion, you're like, oh, it's just Fiddle. Oh well. And now he's just useless
weird
again,
thing.
though. Like, you never see him now. Never see a Fiddle anymore. It's like, oh, first week he was like, ooh, it's Fiddle. And now it's just like, ah.
Oh, that's a good stun from Trololo, getting some damage onto Kiz here.
I mean,
good
this is
trade
hard.
for him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's very horrible for Lissandra. She really has to get through laning phase without really giving up too much. And yeah, then she's a really big force instead of team fights and skirmishes. Don't get me wrong. Trouble is getting to that. So we'll see. Tons of time.
Right, with the first 3 minutes over and both junglers having cleared the whole jungle, will they clash at the bot lane Scuttle Crab, or do you see them looking for ganks now?
I feel like okay. I mean, I was gonna say with Lordio's health just from the looking up at it, but it looks like Tom just wants to get topside and hopefully.
Kiz is pushed up very
yeah.
far. This could be big. If he hits the
Oh.
stun misses from Trololo. Root lands onto him, but here is Olaf.
he's
The
dead.
axe hit. He gets away with a claw and barely survives on a couple hundred HP. Good escape there.
Maybe a flash. I mean, okay, maybe a fear to flash Q, but flash Q he dies there. But yeah, gets away with it. Does have teleports, so it's not going to cost him too much in terms of tempo if he wants to use it to get back to lane. Just waiting for his health. But yeah, I mean, both junglers looks like are just going to trade Scuttle Crabs.
Good damage on the walls here.
Ooh. And yeah, that will continue to happen. If you don't have jungle pressure and don't have Bramsh, allowing these Qs and making things dangerous for this bot lane, then they're just going to get poked out. But they are up in CS though, so not too bad. Overall.
Pyrotom getting that top side scuttle as Lordio is looking around his jungle, but he's not finding anything there. Does not have a ward to put down for any kind of information as he's already got the sweeper, so kind of wasted time for him. Well, Fiddle's already clearing more camps.
Yeah, but
Lordio
I mean,
has found the chicken camp now as well, so he does get something to steal.
okay.
Trollo taking a lot of punishment here. This could be almost suicidal, even though he's a level up. He's barely on any mana.
Yeah, it's a little bit agreed. Fortunate enough, Tom isn't there. He's farming, but he just wants to try and shove it this way. But he's no mana.
He wants to.
I mean,
kill
he's
this
going to
guy
come now, but
before
as soon as that winging wave's going to back off, he's going to recall. It's just too late. It's something you got to. It's something you got to do straight away. You got to be there, but that comes down to communication. So.
Look what's happening, what I said earlier. Mr. Bouch is there, Pyrotom is there. It does look like he's gonna get the recall off, as Pyrotom is stealing back the chicken camp. Lodius is very low, gets hit with a W. Almost dead. Pyrotom could chase, but Lodio gets safely back under his own tower. It's a camp for camp steal, but it looks like Pyrotom could get the Krugs now, or the red buff that's spawning in a while. He does not have the patience for that though. They just want the plates in the mid lane. One's already gone. A second could be on the cards if they keep pushing, but it does look like they're pulling off.
Well, I was going to say maybe he looks for a flash Q onto the Olaf, but no, decided to save it. It'll be more important once he's able to use that ultimate. And yeah, I guess that's what we're waiting for really now. As at least for mid laners, they have hit 6 top laners. Garen will be able to hit 6 of this next wave, and maybe things will start happening.
Last is getting a bit ahead in the top, and lots of damage onto Wellesley. Look at that. Good poke there. Wellesley will have to recall after that, and Last will get a pretty safe recall, and a pretty easy one on a couple CS ahead. And if Wellesley stays, this could be a big point of danger. Being that low, even if you get the gank from the Fiddlesticks, is a death sentence, so he should back off with this.
Well, you know, very, very controlled for 7 minutes of the game, we have to say. You know, no kills. And I just wonder now.
It almost looks like competitive.
Oh, just pull my mic out there. Yeah, honestly, I hate the range on this bloody headset. It's not very far. But yeah, I just wonder now where the next point of fighting is going to be. You know, this first Drake is still up, and both these junglers can take it very early. You know, there's Hell coming up in 40 seconds as well.
Claudio has the invade on the Pyrotom.
He's getting a lot of healing off this though.
So much damage, he has to run away there. He is silenced, and fear beyond death. First blood goes to Simon Ferocious with a good roam towards that enemy blue buff that Claudio was trying to invade, and now the chase is onto Daddy J. Simon Ferocious does not have the fear beyond death anymore, but it is still good damage onto the Garen, who has to run away. And that was an interesting moment from Claudio there.
Well, no pressure from top. So it's going to be a 2v2 either way. You're like, okay, we got mid pressure, but Urgot's going to be able to roam regardless. And yeah, talk about where the first point of action is going to be. And yeah, unfortunately, Wario chases the power of the Fiddle. Okay.
He's being chased away by Kiz, and yeah, there is the ultimate. He cleanses out of it right away.
That's the burn flash.
I mean, it's enough to survive. He gets a shield from Kui, and Kui saves his mid laner from certain death here. But the chase is still on. That was a dangerous path to take. The slow lands onto Kiz, and the escape has happened. That was a sweaty moment for Trollolo, who barely gets out there.
Yeah, and he's just playing on the limits of having this very low mana pool, still trying to shove the wave. Fortunately enough, he's not getting punished by either Bramsh or Pyrotom, and yeah, looks like it'll just be a reset. But you know, the main thing is he's still relatively 905, still close in terms of CS. So I think hard.
They want to invade this. They want to have this blue buff, and it's 3 against 2. The chase is in. Hook lands on the Queen. He has to flash away, but there's no escape from this Fiddlesticks. Pyrotom gets this kill.
Oh, what a damage.
Now Laft tries to get the return kill, but he's 1 versus 4. There's no way he can get in on this. If he, good dodge on the hook. 905, or rather Kiz, is pretty low, but no chance for Last to get in there. This could mean though that they're gonna start the dragon, as Cnturion are pulling off after that invade kill on the blue buff, and they are on this Drake, but the teleport is coming in from Simon Ferocious. He does have the Fear Beyond Death available again. Lordio slays the dragon.
Oh, here we go.
Now they have to get away. What will this cost them? Fear Beyond Death.
Oh.
Lordio is unstoppable though, but what is Daddy J doing with that teleport? He's in the middle of the enemy team. Lordio still trying to run away from Silent Ferocious. Does get the double kill though. Will pay for it with his life. But Daddy J getting that return kill only meant his own death. And that is a 3-for-1 for the side of Cnturion, who are starting to dominate this one.
You know, you just see the power of the Lysandra and the simple CC that they have. You have the Urgot ult into another double fear. You get the Lysandra passive proccing up there, which slows them again for the chase, and it's just so much easier to execute. And you know, 905's done a very, very good job. We've seen him, you know, a couple of times being poked down, but the twice that Trollolo's had that mana pool, he's punished it, and the rewards are there now. 0-0-4. And even farm, he's done very, very well, just like the rest of the team has. And
good stun from Trovo onto Kiz. He is just in runaway mode, but I don't think the Unleashed power is available. It is not, and so there will not be a kill happening in this mid lane at the moment.
Well, speaking of greed, 905 gets a little bit greedy with his recall, but yeah, apart from the CS lead bot, there isn't really much to go on.
Yeah, it's 5-1 kill so it's a 2,000 gold lead versus the Cloud Drake that Plague have. By the way, Kraden, your prediction on this or that was wrong. It was not an Ocean Drake in the first game as the first dragon, but a Cloud Drake. So
it is the second.
BL
so
not scripted. BL not scripted. Confirmed.
That is unlucky.
Not only a wrong script. That is possible as well. Well,
I hate this. Can we just?
Can we just not look at Garen?
Thank you.
Oh, Mr.
Thank
Bramsh
you.
is mid. He's looking for the hook, but Trollolo very, very careful. He does
Oh
have
no,
plenty
no, he's doing it
available.
again. No.
Oh well. The spectator camera does like to look on top lane, so it is a normal thing. Lordio clearing up some wards here with the sweeper,
again!
but still
No!
runs away.
Stop it,
He's
please.
spinning to win, but he's getting flipped by Simon Ferocious, who already has his Black Cleaver, so he's doing significant damage to Daddy Day. Of course, will heal up again with the Garen passive, which is not infuriating to watch at all.
Well, I really don't want to see Death Dance anymore, but when he gets that item as well. Yeah, both these stoppers are pretty infuriating, to be honest.
The
I mean,
Red Herald has been taken by Pyrotom.
top lane kind of is infuriating.
Oh, Branch. He could be looking
Oh, he's getting
for a
bait.
gank, but Lordio is already here, and he goes unstoppable with the Ragnarok. I don't think Branch can escape this one. Last gets it with the ultimate, with the true cut barrage, but meanwhile in the mid lane, Troll has to flash away from 905 and Pyrotom, but this kill is still there. Pyrotom picks it up, and they will be looking for this tower with the Herald as well. Plague have to react somehow. Lordio cannot just stay in the spot lane, or multiple towers will fall. Pyrotom is walking away, but the first turret has fallen in the mid lane for Cnturion as Plague are pushing down that one. The thing is, the Herald is still standing there in this mid lane. It's gonna get a charge off onto the inner turret as well.
And,
Trollolo is still
you know,
dead. They're
he
not
burns-
reacting.
He burns both suns and still manages to die. He could maybe be a little bit quicker to pull the trigger on the Sand Ultimate, but yeah.
Everybody's here, Bramsh is here, Fiddlesticks is here, and Lysandra's coming as well. Last is on the wrong side of this. I don't think he can get away. Gets hooked, gets killed, Bramsh picks it up. Stun could land onto Lordio here, and he's dead as well. Even though X marking the spot was not enough to kill him, it does go over to Kiz, and it's 8-2 kills. And that was a lot of greed from Plague staying in there, even though the Lysandra was missing a long Pyrotom.
They're just trying to get as much gold as they can. There's nothing they could do about Midland to salvage that tower. They're like, okay, but we have to get something back. Unfortunately, yeah, as you mentioned, rotation too slow to leave the lane. Well,
Bramsh gets rooted under tower. This is quite the amount of damage, and he hooks and dashes away to not get tanked by the tower. Oof. It's not looking too good for Plague though, we gotta say. It's a 4,000 gold lead at 14 minutes for Cnturion. And they have the comp that technically does scale better, or is at least easier to execute in the late game.
and also, you know, if we're looking at, you know, potential builds as well, you know, we got the Syndra up with the Phase Rush and GLP. So it's not going to be, you know, Loons with an electrocute.
Hook lands onto Trollolo. Bramsh with a good dash over the wall to escape any repercussions of that. He does get slowly out, gets down, unleashed power, and he's dead. Good kill from Trollolo. Can he get out of this now, because Pyrotom is here. Pyrotom wants this. He gets so much damage with a W. Controller is away on a sliver of health, gets healed by Last, and might actually make it out. Pyrotom, though, wants none of that. He uses the Reap and the Bountiful Harvest, and the Harvest has been bountiful for Pyrotom. Indeed, he's 3-0 and 4. He's already got a Magi Soul Stealer with 12 stacks on it. I mean, it is kind of BM to build that this early, but if you're this fed, I guess why not?
Fair enough. I mean, he's confident, but yeah, I was gonna say, I guess in cases like that, Syndra can do a lot of damage. I mean, it's good to slow them down. But yeah, I thought Brian did really well to delay the recall, and then got a little bit greedy, just walking in the middle of the lane against the Syndra. But yeah, I guess he thought with his mid laner on the way, he can do that. But yeah, they're still very much in the driver's seat. 3,500 gold. This dragon's up now. That should be what they're
very
going
good
to do
vision
next.
control as well in this blue fed jungle.
Garen
in front
recall.
of the dragon.
I wonder if is he gonna walk back on the TP or what is going to be the
Like he's
plan?
walking towards the top lane.
They could just go for Drake right now. I mean, I don't know.
Just
This is,
checking it at least.
I mean, this is why the
Flash.
Ezreal ult's coming out, because they have no vision of it. So that would be a trigger to, set up a trap. They don't know you're on it. They don't know you're on now. They do,
Clearing the control ward here, no?
Well, yeah, they're scared to face check. I'm just surprised they aren't starting this up and just going for it. You're about to see Syndra on the mid wave. Yep, that should be a trigger to just go for the Drake. And yeah, it's not terrible. Like, you're giving up one ocean. Laning phase is almost done. One ocean isn't going to hurt you too much at all.
They get the ocean though, pretty easily.
Oh,
with
Inferno.
no
So,
combo.
okay. Wow. No, I remember, was it once? I think it may have been with you as well as casting, where one series was literally just bloody Cloud Soul the whole time.
Yeah, I
It was
remember
just
that.
cloud after cloud, and it was like, oh,
But
come
yeah,
on.
you wanted damage, and you're getting damage. Not only with the champion picks, the map is on your side as well. We're gonna have the
Yeah,
Infernal map.
actually,
the
yeah, there are.
Infernal
Yeah,
Soul
the
and a pause.
oh,
Because
I was gonna
what
say
is a
there-
real series without a pause? So it looks like someone on Cnturion has some kind of issue that hopefully will be resolved soon. As it stands, with still 3,500 gold for the side of Cnturion, what do you think needs to happen for play to come back into this game as we restart?
I was gonna say, I just don't realize now that there literally are 10 damage champions in the game, which is good. But if we're looking at the game state now, Olaf's time in this game is shortly coming to a close. He didn't snowball early. He is, not looking pretty in terms of build. He's down 1,600 gold right now. Mid lane didn't snowball either against Alessandro, which is a very favourable lane. Top lane as well. Garen, he's not exactly a monster late in the game. Evo just, Evo down. And Ezreal.
With that build, what is that?
He's gonna go for, I presume, Triforce into. I believe you're meant to. I believe you're meant to go. I mean, I know Phage is good for movement speed, but I believe you're meant to go the attack speed first to help with the. But I mean,
that does make sense. Simon Ferocious is in pretty firm
he has
control of this
maxed.
lane.
He's maxed his E, but he doesn't prioritize attack speed. Anyway, yeah. So they're just running out. I feel, because
Last.
oh,
That looks
Just-
dangerous.
yeah, I thought it was gonna be, but yeah, no, like
I do have to commend Daddy J in this top lane, even though he's playing a pretty boring champion. He has managed to keep up with Simon Ferocious in CS, even though Simon is on 3 kills. He's still not falling behind him in CS, so that's
Oh,
commendable. Also,
the-
Trolulu dying 3 times against this Lissandra, still ahead in CS. And of course, Last, also ahead in CS, and that is why the gold lead isn't bigger than it is. It still brings up the question, what will they do once this Olaf isn't really that big of a threat anymore? Is
Oh.
this just not tanky enough to get
The-
to Fiddle and Lissandra, really?
the
So what
problem.
will they do?
The problem that they're having now is that they're literally just playing ping pong with the waves. They're just shoving the waves back in constantly, over and over. They're just constantly shoving every single wave. So even though he is getting waves, Garen's fine with that because, as you mentioned, Simon's the one with the lead. So he's the one that should be freezing, allowing Garen to come to him, and then use that lead to trade with him. Maybe they'll use that now to break top tower, but that's why they're just consistently getting these leads because they're just throwing waves back at them. They're thinking they're purely playing around, like Herald timing, Dragon timer, and that's it at the moment. They're not thinking, okay, we move to here, we set up vision, we get the tower. There.
Look, they just want this tower and not summon Herald yet. They get it without really any counterplay from Plague.
Now what they could do is they could transition to the bot side, get blue side, get vision in their blue side, and then get the bot tower. And then that's all hours down. Then your vision can move up, and that's sort of how you systematically would play it before the Baron's coming up.
Oh, stun lands onto Kiz, but Trollo does not have any abilities anymore. So 905 goes forward, uses his own ultimate. It
A lot of
gets
damage.
Now the return damage is here. All active items are used, and Trollo gets the solo kill onto Kiz. Nice plays from the resident mid laner of Plague to get that kill onto Kiz. He did use his cleanse and his flash, but very, very well done.
Doing that with just the items he has is pretty damn good. Just that's the thing about Lysandra. She's not your all-in burst mage. She's not going to 100 to 0 you. That's one thing she's definitely not going to do unless she's ridiculously far ahead. So understanding that, the thing is, if someone else is there, she's 100% dead, right? Syndra dies, but yeah, he'll learn from that. He won't do that again. But yeah, now that you've got Tread coming through, Tread's coming through. Plus Banshee's Veil, yeah, it's gonna be. Yeah, so, I mean, Syndra's not gonna. She's not gonna pack a punch, like your Syndra one shots without the R. But yeah, luckily for her, there is not much magic resistance outside of the Aegis on the Overlord, so it's not gonna harm her too much.
Yeah, I don't see any except for on the Urgot. The dragon is going to spawn in around half a minute. So
this is where
the point of fighting.
This is where the fiddle should be bought with this Herald. For trying to punish the Syndra for sitting on the tower right now. That's where he should be, and transition that into a Drake after you kill the Syndra. But yeah, he gets blue. He's gonna waddle his way over now. Unfortunately, Vision's gonna get cleared.
I was gonna say just a vision war at this very moment, but with how much damage the side of Cnturion have, if Plague are not paying attention for like 10 seconds, this Drake is gone. So they have to be really cautious about this. Pyrotom is sitting on a worded brush, so he's not gonna get any surprise points in that one. Oh, Bansh gets tagged, and the Herald is summoned in the bot lane now. Last is just clearing out waves mid, so this is looking like advantage to Cnturion as they look how fast this dies.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You use the Herald bot, it's okay, it's not, I wouldn't say wasteful.
Teleport goes through just before the tower falls. But that is kind of a wasted TP as the tower is still dead.
Yeah. If anything, okay, Garen's gonna get a gold, but if anything, you just let it die. You let the wave come to you. Then he has to overextend or just back off, and you can maybe get a freeze. But okay, this could be spicy with the reset coming through.
I mean, the Bountiful Harvest is a pretty overpowered ability in my opinion.
I mean,
just
Quee...
so much damage.
I wonder if Quee's gonna...
This burn is already almost dead. Look at this, they're 2 mana, right?
Yes.
Pyrotom's not really even taking damage with the Bountiful Harvest on it, and that's a Baron.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's just well thought through. Garen will reset off getting that tower. They won't expect this.
Another 1v1 in the bot lane?
I mean, I don't think he wants to take this one again. But, yeah. I mean, with Luden's Echo, maybe might get a kill, but still obviously risky with the Syndra. But yeah.
Oh, good stun, but no follow-up as he's been using his abilities to clear this wave. Hextech Protobelt clearing that wave, but now Plague really on the back foot against this Baron that they clearly didn't expect. It is kind of ridiculous how much damage this Fiddlestick does to neutral objectives and to champions at this point with how fed he is, but it's going to be tough to deal with that champion, even if you find a way to go in on him. If you don't CC him, he's just going to press W and kill all of you. Yeah.
And yeah, now we see the Banshee's completed. Ezreal has both items plus the upgrade coming through. But the Black Cleaver for Olaf, there are things they can do with these spikes.
Oh, we might be caught here.
Oh,
there he is! Go the crowds! And Pyrotom is on a rampage. Last falls, and Kui can just barely flash away on very low HP.
I mean,
Even the cute core award won't do much here.
the trouble is you just don't need to be there. There's no need to try and check a wolf camp.
Wow!
Nice.
Bram! What the kill, and
Wow.
you cannot do anything against that. That is 3 quick kills in quick
Oh.
succession. Rodeo,
Eto.
Trollo gets one in return with the unleashed power, but it's only the support. Everybody else is still pushing in. The Sanders in the bot lane wasn't even part of any of that. At the moment, though, Cnturion is really rolling over play, but lead almost at 10,000. DJ flashes forward. Can he get the kill onto Wellesley? He has got an Urgot on his behind, and so he has to flash away again.
Impressive thing about that from Brad, it was just how clean he transitioned to R and T. It was
that
just, it was almost like one smooth motion.
Oh, Pirate Tom wants this.
That was yeah, that's just what made that really, really nice. Like the kill, yeah, it's good, but yeah, just
That's
that.
the thing. Please
yeah,
guys
the art.
clip that. Everybody clip that. I want to see that on the highlight reel next week.
Oh.
And that's speaking of highlight reels, that's a good kill for last with the
Yeah,
with
Israel
the
has his
Ezreal
two-item
ultimate.
spike.
Really a true shot Mirage, getting that kill onto Pyrotom, halving the stacks on the Magi Soul Stealer as well. Really important kill for them at this stage in the game. If they want any chance of coming back into this, they need to shut down this Fiddlesticks.
And as well as he's pointed out, 1 minute 28 on that dragon. So next point of contention is going to be the Drake, which now they can, you know, push in, get a vision, try and get the lane shield. And not really much work done with the Baron. They don't get a tier 2 bot. Oh, okay.
They are pushing this mid lane. Really commendable in my opinion from play. They are not giving themselves up. They're not trying to turtle in their base. They are really trying to make proactive plays. And that is one of the things that makes them such a strong team. Even when they're on the back, but even when they're really behind, they always find some way to do anything.
Yeah, and I think it was still like a 3,500 Baron gold, roughly. Which of course isn't terrible. It's still good. You are extending the goldies with the Baron. That's what it's there to do. 7,000 goldie. You know, the trouble they find is that once this Drake pops up, you get that sort of Baron soul debate. You know, you can't really, you know, choose. You have to fight the soul. And then once they have soul, you know, Baron becomes a nightmare to fight because you have soul with 5 damage champions. So it's a very tricky situation to be in.
I think any Dragon Soul has a win rate of like 75+%, but Infernal Soul is the one with the highest win rate percentage, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I don't think it
and
should
with
be
good
far
reason,
behind,
because it's
but-
just so much damage.
Yeah, I mean every 3 seconds. The spellcaster auto attack, so it's just absurd. And yes,
It does not look like a contest from Plague though,
No.
so they will have to contest the 4th one. Almost managing the steal, but Dragon's still on around 1,000 HP after that landed. So now Cnturion on soul point. The next one will really have to be fought over. He wants this.
does have some.
Pushes him away
wow.
with the Scatter the Weak, and Bramsh was scattered there, so no hook landing, but there's still 4 people in the spot lane. They still want this tower.
I'm surprised he got away there. To be honest, I thought there would have been a more of a push for that kill. But yeah, they don't want to overextend. And,
He still has both summoners up. So, well, Axis
Yeah, that too.
flying. There's nothing left in this jungle for Lordio to kill but these axes. They're just still holding against Simon. He's in level down at the moment. But the bot tower falls, and now the gold lead is around 8,000 as we speak. And the Baron is spawning in less than a minute. So assuming what we saw earlier with the 2-man Baron from Cnturion in a pretty short time, Plague have got to be worried at this point. And they definitely have to not go there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Oh no,
and here we go.
the trap was perfect, the bait is great, and Paratom gets a kill. Another one for him. A return kill from Trollo, very well done, but the Ignite takes him down, and Bramsh gets this one back. But that was a perfect bait, a great trap from Cnturion. And now they will get
Fiddle.
this inhibitor power, probably they go forward. Oh no, Kui. Oh no, he's gone. Pyrotom's on the killing spree again. 24 stacks on his Soul Stealer. Right after it was reduced to 10, he is just so strong. And the inhibitor falls. Wellesley's getting that one. The lead is suddenly 11,000, 30 minutes into the game almost. They're gonna get this Baron probably. as the top tower falls as well. Now Plague need a miracle.
Yeah, and that's just another fantastic ultimate. But yeah, we'll say goodbye to Fiddle for game
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, I was gonna
but
say it's
yeah,
not a bold
he's
prediction.
he's
That's
not
gonna be
getting his
bad.
main champion again. It's a little bit silly, giving someone the main champion, especially when it's someone like Fiddle. You just ban that. Same with Zac. Whenever you see a Zac or like a Fiddle player, like ban it, get rid of it. That champion's infuriating. So yeah, game 2 will be a different look, but yeah, you just got to commend. I mean, you can commend both teams in different ways. One, you got Cnturion for playing the game overall very, very well, and 2, Plague, they didn't give up, as you mentioned, they didn't sit in their base and just give up. They tried to fight, but unfortunately find themselves at a 12,000 gold deficit in Infernal Soul in 2 minutes time. So yeah, I really don't want to see a Fiddle ulti with Infernal Soul. I just don't.
Why not? You're gonna see health bars disappearing faster.
Yeah,
Then you can think about what they'll damage to them. He's finished the Leandre's souls, Leandre's
24
torment
stacks.
now. He's got a needlessly large rod on top of that. Let me tell you a number: 562. He's got 562 ability power at this moment, and that is double what Trololo has. So
Yeah,
there's
his
more
build
than double
is very
what the
much.
enemy mid laner has. Oh, slow lands on the branch, but I don't think they can commit onto this. The hook lands on the Trololo, but he gets to walk away as well.
If
The
there
push
was
is
a
on in all 3 lanes now.
If there was a tank in terms of support and top, like this Cinder build would do no damage later on. But I guess that's why he can afford to go this build, which is smart in a sense. But yeah, when you've got double AP, but even with the leads he has,
Oh, Trololo is in trouble. Everybody wants down on him. He gets rooted, he gets killed. Wellesley gets the credit for that one. But it was a team effort. Well done. 4 people driving. Oh, Branch.
Oh,
One more auto from Last will do it. But he dodges the true shot barrage, and now the top lane inhibitor is almost gone. The bot lane inhibitor is already gone. They're 2v1ing Simon. But if he gets one more... Oh no, they got him. He gets the shutdown. Goes to Lord Leo, but yeah. The Crowstorm is in the mid lane, meanwhile, and Quee's already dead as well. So 2 people dead on the side of Plague, only for Simon Ferocious is dead on the side of Cnturion, as top laners do. They get sacrificed for the greater good as the 3rd inhibitor falls as well. And now 1 miracle won't be enough for Plague to save this game.
I would just honestly reset, get your soul, and then push him with triple waves. I don't see why you would stay. Even to be a pain in the backside, off of these waves. There's no need to risk it. And then 3 seconds time. We're gonna get that beautiful soul. Great, lovely. Just what Plague ordered. It's looking very difficult. Even to try and be positive about this and be like, well, Plague can do this. Like, well, 3 nibs Infernal Soul.
They need 2 miracles and a minor miracle to still win this one. Of course, it is Valentine. We have seen pros of a magnitude like this, but I don't think a 13,000 gold lead can be spawned together with the Infernal Soul. If I were on Plague, I'd already be thinking about game 2. Because this is over.
They need to get an ace where obviously the 500 and 800 gold goes on to your Syndra Ezreal. That's the first start. Then they need to win another fight with Ace them and then get the Baron. And then they need to win a 3rd fight to get the brace. So 3 fights in a Baron.
While no inhibitors are alive.
Yes. Yeah, so the basically 6 versus 5.
Yeah. The burn buff is over.
Oh boy.
Doesn't matter much. Look at Pyrotom. He can just go in, press lasagnas with the cross. He does get shut down a lot. A good flat forward. And that was an unnecessary death. A bit of overzealousness on the side of Cnturion, but it doesn't really matter. Daddy J falls as well. Man of the Pipe is dead. But here come the resets from Branch, and not even Last can recover from this one. It's game 1 for Cnturion. They are looking for their revenge for the final last split, and this one was a convincing one. Now, I'm not assuming Fiddlesticks will be a champion for the rest of this series.
No, that's for sure.
Yeah, but very well done by Cnturion, especially I think Kiz and Pyroton. These two together have caused so much havoc.
Yeah, I mean, well, I guess, I mean, even with Cinder build, they put in a lot of work. Nearly 17,500. There wasn't actually much damage across the board. You look at it, like 14k was the highest on the fiddle. That was about it. It was a very low damage game. We're talking like, since we've got so many damage champions. But yeah, for a 15,000 gold lead, they didn't have to make the end look shaky.
Yeah,
And I guess that's something they can work on for game 2, just being a little bit cleaner in their finish. But yeah, Pyro Tom, first time I've seen him play, his fiddle looked pretty clean. We'll see what other champions he can bring in game 2, and see if they can bounce back.
Yeah, I'm really interested what Plague's plan will be towards this game 2. If they have a plan to deal with the fiddle, or if they just say we gotta ban it. They have to ban it, in my opinion. But we'll see what they'll do. We're gonna go on a short break, and then we'll be back with game 2 of this Division 1 game between the strongest two teams in this league, probably. It's 1-0 for Cnturion. Don't touch that browser.
Something in it that's so beautiful.
Gents, and welcome back to VL's Top 5 Plays. Today we're going to be looking over... Gents, and welcome back to VL's Top 5 Plays. Today we're going to be looking over at the top 5 plays from Week 2 of Divisions 1 and 2, and let's start the countdown. Coming in at number 5 today, we have Horizon Shadow turning around a messy fight in the top side.
Look who they're going to engage on. Bio engages onto Dave at the same time. Does have ultra available for the disengage. It will land onto 2. As we look on this side of the fight, Cynox flashing forward, gets a knock onto 2, but here's the Condabao is going to keep this center alive. Nameless will take down the Cassiopeia, and that might be just what Whiffs Elite needs to turn this fight. Nameless will close for the time being. The Sentinel misses him. He's going to take down as Darius falls, but On will fall to the Kaiser, who will eventually fall to the center. But now Senna's caught. Velko's doing a lot of damage to him. Oikawa on the return side trying to do some damage. Yanko not able to get an engage onto the Lee Sin, but will try and get it onto the Senna. Senna still healing, still kiting, still alive, doing 3 damage, takes down Darius as well. And now Brandlov is the one that needs to escape. This fight is turned incredibly for Whiffs Elite. Nice flash away from the E. Oikawa does hop forward with the ward. Q will land and pick up Brandlover. It's a great fight for Horizon Shadow. They're going to look to push on and get the inhib.
At number 4, Firefly's mid laner manages to find the backline and a triple.
Because you don't want to give a free ultimate cooldown reduction to an Akali and a side lane who can look for these picks, or even an Ashe ultimate or a Nocturne ultimate. I think it's much better on the side of OP nerds, especially with the cast and that Rift Walk being on a shorter cooldown will allow him to dance around team fights.
Well, Paranoia is used, and now Fireflies are on this dragon. There's enough vision there to try to steal it. Little Cloud goes forward, flashes, does not manage to smite. All the time does manage to find some damage, but the fight is already lost for the side of OP Nerds. Fireflies have been doing that pretty well. Draconi does fall, but it's a triple kill for High Noon Jin. It's a 4-for-1, and the dragon as well. What a fight for the side of Fireflies, and they are having the momentum right now.
Number 3 also comes from Horizon Shadow, and a great kiting back results in a 1-fight.
Get their nice early control from Horizon Shadow. Gonna get some poke onto Zac, but now used his elastic slingshot. Gonna mean that is a 14 or so second cooldown that's on cooldown. Dave taking a lot of damage, and Cynox pops Ghost. He's going to get ulted away from Cassiopeia just to make sure that she can disengage. The Drake is disengaged from. There's a TP now from On. As Ganko goes in, going to get a lot of damage down to Con. Pops the flash to get out of there as well as the shield. He's going to get out. It's going to be a return engage from Spike. Will knock up the Zac, but it's a massive Velko's ult. Con's not going to fall down thanks to the heal. The flash forward from Yanko is going to try and take them down. Here comes the engage for Bioncourt, and the up forward from Nameless trying to get the kill. Yanko misses the elastic slingshot. They're going to have to disengage because here comes the re-engage. Spike lands a 3-man knock up. A lot of damage coming down from Alex Strauss. Zac falls into the passive. They're going to take that kill, but in the end, only one person falls down in that fight.
At number 2, Lost predicts correct. And finally, our number 1 clip is a fantastic combo by Deja Vu. Thank you guys very much for watching today. I'd like to give a massive shout out to C, Chewy, Drigger, Last and Okawa for helping me rate today's clips. If you would like to get involved or if you have any clips you want included, just send them over to me on Discord and have a great day.
Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is silent, waiting for the clear. Thankful I'm alive, but terrified of dying. But hey, I'm still here. Is it that sometimes I like it when I lose control? There's something in it that's so beautiful. Listen, I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. You're the night sky trying to make me see your stars, but the dark gets so lonely. Now I see violet, I can feel silence. In the dark's all that I see, when your stars have burnt out and your heart makes no sound. I'll find violet in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. Be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You're the night sky hiding behind dark gray clouds. I can't figure you out now. I see all blue. There is so much cold in you, and the
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Division 1 of Valence League. It's Thursday, and it's spicy. We have Cnturion with a 1-0 lead over Plague. Demo, predictions for Game 2?
If Fiddle is banned,
or banned?
if Fiddle is banned, we're going to Game 3.
All right, that is a prediction.
I mean, if I presume Fiddle will be banned, I don't know if we go to Game 3 or not, but it was definitely a big reason why they won a lot of fights, and it was just the way they fought. Like, they were caught out in areas where it was never even around an objective. It was literally just like outside their base or around the corner of a wolf camp. Like, just little things like that. It's like you just don't need to be there, and
Yeah.
you know, they get caught out by that. It's simple things to fix for Game 2, and if they ban the Fiddle, they can be more than confident they can take this to a Game 3, I believe.
All right, then let's see what happens. I got one prediction for you. If Fiddle's not banned, we're not going to have Game 3.
No, I don't think so, honestly.
Alright,
I
let's see what happens. Ban phase is starting at this very moment, and Fiddlesticks is the first ban to no one's surprise.
There we go. Well, could be a Game 3 now. Could be. I mean, it would take a lot for them to have to change their playstyle to try and like work around the Fiddle.
The Sandra taken off the board as
Okay,
well.
Yeah, they found that. I guess he did like decently out of lane against it, but yeah, the simplistic. Simplistic pressing R. Take it away, and I wonder if the third ban will be maybe even something like a
Type ban
okay.
as well. So they
Pike's hook, yeah.
really want to play against a different team comp this time.
Yeah, they're just
It will mean all bans played liberated them in the first game are not happening this time, as Cnturion aren't changing anything on Misfortune Morgana. First pick is looking like a set for Daddy J. And they're not picking the Tryndamere, are they?
Here we go. Soraka. Yep, they've won. Yep, that's it. Oh no, wait, no, they've not won. Oh no, they've not won.
It's set. Well, speaking of
almost won.
things that are not very surprising, set is left open. Set will be picked. Also, powerhouse of a champion since his release, and I think that's not going to change anytime soon as long as this kit is the way it is.
Well, see if he's also.
Let's see what let's see what the response from Cnturion will be.
Not many champions that can go into 4 roles pretty comfortably. So yeah, he is. He's certainly one of them. So, okay. This is interesting. Okay.
Where's Lulu? All right.
Well, I haven't seen much of this combo. You know, you want to kind of get some CC on your support, but especially with the poke virus as well, Lulu doesn't really offer poke virus all that much. But it might just be, attack speed. We'll see. But Varus is a very strong champion, regardless, and we'll see what the bot lane reply will be. Okay, it's going to be the hard engage.
It's a Kui classic, the Leona. It's a champion that never is completely out of the meta, because the CC she offers, especially paired with a high damage ADC like Draven or the Caitlyn. It's looking like they want the Caitlyn though.
It's a very strong lane. You get onto either of them, and yeah, flat down with the Leona CC chain.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I like this too because Kai'Sa. I said it last game that Kai'Sa can follow up pretty well on any hard CC, and they're going to go with that again. I mean, the set Leona already. It's a pretty good set of engage, and yeah there we go. But you can take counter over ult.
Well, if you have a carry player in the jungle, give him carry champions, and that's what they're doing. TSM, are you listening?
I mean, well, we don't want to talk about them. They're there. I think they'd struggle in VL at the moment, but yeah. I mean,
all right.
The bans, I think, must be targeting the soul. Yeah, there we go, target soul lanes. Yeah, I wonder if we'll see. I don't know if they'll prioritize maybe like a Renekton ban. I don't know if they'll give like set a lot of priority.
I'm really interested if this set is going to be top or jungle, because it's not going to be support, and I doubt Trollolo will play it mid.
Yeah, it's most likely top or jungle. I feel like it'll be going top lane.
LeBlanc gone again. They banned it
Okay.
first game. This time they waited until the second phase, but they're not letting it through
I think they're
for
just,
kids to
they're
play.
just banning like strong champions at this point. Just get. But yeah, considering they just banned literally 3 of the 5 the draft last game, you would think there'd be things open that they would want, but yeah, it looks like a
Interestingly
very
though, like with the bans they had, they targeted 3 champions. The 4th one was not picked by Cnturion though before Plague picked the Kaiser, which was of course what Wellesley played last game. Syndra's banned, so Trollolo will have to play something new this game as well. So it's not only Cnturion having to change. Let's see what the very last ban is before Cnturion have
And-
themselves a blind pick.
they need some frontline. They need a beefy top, and they need a good facilitator in mid. Something with either hard CC or like an Orion or something, or they need I can even see a Galio being quite good here. Okay.
That is frontline.
Okay,
Can't deny it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if he gets Lulu shielded, I mean, most of the time, unless he gets really far ahead, he wants to be in the sideline just bonking on towers, but
Yep, and there he is.
Okay.
The Dax is locked for probably Simon.
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of just, I'm a little surprised. Since you have Kindred and Lulu, you think that's just a team fight comp. You throw a beefy tank up in the top lane, you got Mage mid, and you have a pretty all-round.
Yeah, I really want to see Lordio on Gragas this game against the Kindred. Like Kindred presses R, you just throw out the barrel, everybody's out of the Kindred ult, you
Yep.
can kill them, right? But let's see if they'll do it. It's a Jarvan. That is the opposite of what I would want to see.
Well,
But,
you
maybe
can't
they
lock
have
the
a
bot
plan.
lane in.
It's also very, very hard engaged together with the Leona and the set. They want someone dead, they will kill that
Oh
someone.
boy,
Oh,
oh boy. This is
Trollulu
Yeah.
on crown duty on the Malzahar. Of course, also not a bad choice against Kindred. Everybody's low. You put the space aids on everybody and they die. But it does seem they want the Corki instead. So it's 3 beefy frontliners and 2 ADCs.
I feel like when you're committing to the hard engaged Jarvan set Leona, I like having the 2 DPS carries of Kai'Sa because even through the Kindred ult they will still do damage after. It's not like
also the-
Orianna will QW Shockwave, Kindred ult comes down, she's kind of got nothing, both can
response-
work,
Yeah,
but
the response is
Lulu
Zyra.
mid.
That is a
Oh.
bit curious.
Oh,
Lulu mid. Oh, okay.
oh,
I wouldn't expected the Zyra to go mid and the Lulu to support, but Cnturion seems to have other plans. I was going to say if you're playing 2 ADCs, it is a bit interesting to, and in my opinion, the correct
They
choice
just
to
needed a
use
tank.
Corki and Kai'Sa, because they both deal physical and magic damage. So
Dude,
it's not
like-
like enemy can just stack armor.
But when you've got Jarvan, Set, and Leona coming at you, no one's tanking. No one. Jack, not even Jack. He Counter Strike last couple of seconds, and Corki and Kai'Sa are still going to bonk on your head. Like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe they just want to split push and hold with the Lulu R and
But
the
the-
Kindred R. But yeah, you need some kind of frontline against this.
but with a,
But of course, they surprised us last game with a much more stompy game than we expected. Let's see if they can just roll over Plague in the early game. The tanks won't matter because they won't get tanky enough quickly enough. But yeah, generally, I think I know what you're gonna say. Who won the draft?
yeah, I just feel like if Jax is in a side lane and the 4 is sitting, like, they can just hard engage whenever they want. There's no real, like, okay, yes, you have Kindred ult, but as I mentioned, they're not relying on a wombo, and then that's then done. Like, they can burn the Jarvan and the Leona, engage, and then Corki and Kai'Sa can just consistently do damage while they have to burn the resources. They have to burn Kindred R, Lulu R comes down, Zyra R disengage. And don't get me wrong, it could work. All that disengage could work. And, they
to
might.
play devil's advocate, they could try to like poke everybody away with a Zyra, with a Lulu, with a Varus,
Maybe.
to prevent the hard engage. But if the hard engage is a Leona and a Jarvan that can both hard engage from pretty far away, I'm not sure how good the argument with the poke is.
Well, it depends on the Varus build too. An Ezreal, maybe even, I mean, maybe not Tristana to an extent, who can sort of like peel for herself. That sort of idea. Same with Ezreal, but yeah, you don't need DPS as much because you have Jax and you have Kindred, so it's not the worst if Varus was to go lethality. And yeah, this lane is very, very volatile. You know, you have on one side you have Leona Jarvan that want to engage onto the squishy bot lane, get ahead. You push for Drakes, there's nothing they can do. You know, on the Zara side, they want to poke out the Leona. There's nothing they can do. They can't engage. They fall behind. Yada yada. So it's very much a game of scaling versus we want a hard force once we hit 6. So
Yeah, I was going to say if Cnturion are not winning this early game, they're not winning this game.
yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, I can agree with that. Purely down to Jax will have so much pressure later on, and you know once items comes through, they'll be hard to kill without having to use their R's. But yeah, there is always Corki, Kaisa. They are strong, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see how they play the early game. The Fiddlesticks is gone, so you know
Yeah,
Pyro's
let's
going to
see
have to have a new way to pop off, and you know he might just do that.
Let's see if Pyro can have the same kind of impact on this Kindred. Of course, it is also a champion that will allow him to carry if he gets fed. No
for
Mage
sure.
Eyes though on this champion.
No, but yeah, definitely if he is manages to get those stacks though through the Kindred passive, then you know it'll feel pretty good too. With the extra range of attack speed, and yeah, we'll see how they play at the early game, and if they allow Kindred the time to scale up and get to the point where she is a monster in the later stages of the game. But that's where the priority comes in for the lanes. You know, Lulu doesn't have a tremendous amount of priority. And Jax early wants to scale too, so
Yeah,
it can go either way.
does look like it's gonna be Poke Varus as we see the meteor in his runes as his keystone. I think the other keystones aren't all that surprising, as we are loading into game any second here.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad because you do have DPS from your Jackson, your Kindred, so you don't exactly have to prioritize that. And they got good mix of damage. Both teams have a good mix of damage. You know, you'd argue, you know, Corki and Kaiser are kind of similar in that fact, where you know they deal a lot of magic damage, more so through Kaiser's building and just abilities. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this game. I thought game 1 was good, back and forth for a lot of that game before the Fiddlesticks took over. But yeah, this game again, completely different win conditions, and yeah, we just have to see who executes cleaner. See if we go to the side.
Also rocking the cleanse in the bot lane, no heal, which of course against the Varus ultimate, the Chain of Corruption, against the Zyra root, is something you definitely have to consider taking. I'm not sure if it's the correct choice to have no heal at all in the bot lane, but of course we'll have to see how the execution is on this one. No invade the team's level 1.
I feel like it's fine because Leona just generally wants to just get in their face with the ignite. Just she does a lot of damage. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of poke.
Okay. Oh, it's level 1. Okay.
Oh, Kui is going for this. Zenith Blade misses, but the flash away anyway from Kiz. He just wanted to be better safe than sorry.
But does it miss because he flashed it? See, I don't think
animation-wise, it looked like it missed, but I'm not entirely sure.
See, I'm a believer of if they have to flash it, it counts as a hit. You know, when you get your butts cranking your thresh hooks and so on. You know, but
also they put down a ward on this red buff, so they will know that Pyrotom is starting on the blue, and of course this mid lane will be probably where Lordio will want to attack, as there is no flash for around 4.5 more minutes on Kiz. As the junglers start Arcanus with the help of their bot laners, the top laners don't even bother with the fake leash, they're already going on it.
Yeah, and yeah, again we see multiple wards, 5 of them used. First 2 minutes of the game trying to get lots of them from. Okay. Alright, spicy bit of damage.
Oh no.
But Yeah, level 1 is.
Oh, there he is,
okay,
level
no
2.
flash.
He's got the red buff. He does miss the flag and drag.
Oh.
Still a lot of damage onto Kiz, who has no
Oh.
flash. Lodio flashes and then cancels the auto. He would have fallen to the tower if not for the triumph. Now can he get away because Pyrotom is here and Kiz is teleporting in. Alright, that was a semi-clean first blood for Trollolo, but a first blood nonetheless. They both had to flash though to get this one, so Pyrotom will have a point to attack here now.
Well, that's the thing. It's the fact that they had to use 2 flashes to get that kill. Now, we'll see what Tom wants to do in reply to that. But, nonetheless, they get Corky the kill. They do punish the flash for Lulu. And it's a good start considering you want to bounce back in a game 2.
Yeah, definitely.
But I just feel bad for this ball. This is got many plants.
Oh no, look at last. And he has no heal. Oh, there comes the Zenith Blade. Branch has to walk away a little bit.
Why does Sarah look so big?
Oh my god, it has to feel so bad for last in this lane. Especially since he hovered the Caitlyn earlier. I think the Caitlyn would have had a much better time at least auto-attacking the minions than the Kai'Sa.
Do you not think Sarah looks huge?
I mean, kind of. But let's look
I
at this
just
top
heard
lane where 2 wet noodles are banged against each other.
Her champion model just looks massive. I don't know why.
Maybe it's because Varus is always walking in this like slow stride on his hips.
I don't want to watch this though. This is just.
Oh, they get the Zenith Blade under tower, but no tower hits onto Bramsh, and like Last cannot even get close to these minions. They're gonna need some help from Lodia very soon.
Yeah, he'll be coming down. There's no doubt about that. He will be helping his bot lane very shortly, and we'll see how the bot lane of Plague respected. But
Last already down 10 CS, and that is not going to get much better. Trollolo taking a bit of punishment from Kiz. He just keeps shielding himself.
oh,
The 1v1 is going like, Kiz, you are a disgusting person. Oh,
well,
the stun lands onto Daddy J, but the shield keeps him healthy. Now Summon Ferocious has to walk away. It's just two feel bad lanes for Plague against the Lulu mid and against this Varus Zyra.
well, yeah, they thought, well, you banned a fiddle, but we can still pull out some cheese. We can still pull out some spice, and yeah, definitely spicy.
Yeah, I feel bad for Lordio. Like, bot lane's gonna say, we need help! Mid lane's gonna say, I need help! He's just there, okay, guys.
Well, he's on his way down bot now. Maybe he can help out. I don't feel like it's a lost cause lane yet. You get those in solo queue where it's like 0-3 and you're like, do I really have to try and... I don't really want to help you, you're already down, but...
Lordio's here, but rather chooses to kill the Krugs instead of the enemy bot lane.
Yeah, I feel like they're just scared with the health bars. I feel like, with everything up.
I feel like a very interesting start for Trollo to get Tear of the Goddess, if you can...
Yeah, Halo Blades, Man Immune. He just wants to get that early build on the go. It is...
Like, you get the first blood, you get the early gold up on your enemy laner, and you choose to buy an item without combat stats first. It just feels counterintuitive, even if it is a tier. Pretty good with a mana moon.
I mean, the only other way would be to...
Now they want it, they get the knock up! And now Queen
nice.
comes in as well with the Zenith Blade. I don't think Branch has a way to escape this. He doesn't even bother flashing.
Oh,
He
Queen gets killed.
ignited. And the kill goes on to Kui, and not even an assist for Last here. Not ideal, but they do kill the support and will be able to push up this lane to get a safe and clean recall.
Yeah, it would have been... I felt like it would have been a lot more worth it if they managed to burn the summoners too. He's still going to feel pretty confident to be this far up in the lane with the summoners up, and yeah, at least that's some breathing window. The CS gap is closed. He'll get a good recall off this, and we'll see if there's a repeat gank in the near
I
future.
want to point your attention though to the top side jungle as this gank was happening, and they saw Lodio was in bot lane. We saw Pyrotom invading and stealing the Gromp away. The blue buff was not there, but they got a crucial pink ward in the brush above the blue buff as well. So they'll have an easier time tracking Lordio now, probably. It was also, I think, the Kindred marked camp, that Gromp.
Well, we just see that even with Lulu just using every damage and ability under the sun, it's not quite enough to help her out trying to get a gank in this lane.
He's running out of mana though.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
But yeah, it
Branch
just seems to
already
be-
doing his thing, clearing the vision in the river. He wants these roams towards the mid lane, no matter what champion he's on.
I just wonder what the thought process is now. You know, you're down 0-2.
Have a level. Look at these facebreaker hits. Now he turns around because the stun could come in. Good return damage, but Pyrotom is here. I don't think Daddy J can keep going, but the wave is pushing for him, so he has to be here. Gets the cannon. Now we'll have to check the brush. And Pyrotom wants this. That's a lot of early damage. Daddy J gets the facebreaker in. Can he get enough damage to scare this Kindred off? It does seem that way.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's, you know, we're as I was mentioning, where do you go from here? You're down 0-2. What's your thought process now? You have a Lulu, you have a Zara. You know, there's not.
Oh, they want it. They want it. They're on.
Oh, wait, what?
Going over the.
Oh,
Oh no, Daddy J has to use this shield now. He gets stunned flashes away. And that's a pretty easy flash from Simon that he got. And now 3 people at top, but they expected the Kindred to be on the Krugs, and so he just quietly did his red buff, and nothing happened except Simon getting that flash from Daddy J.
very
If they had gone
respectful.
towards the red buff, they could have just killed this Kindred easily, but they expected him to be up there. And oh, Lodio doesn't take the ward either.
Also,
That's a field path, man.
very respectful not to flash after. You know, knowing that the laners are missing, he didn't think, you know, I can just go for the solo kill. He decided to be patient with it, and yeah, they're rewarded for a wasteful roam. We'll just have to wait and see what to try and do next. The proactivity is there at least, and yeah, we'll just have to see if they don't give up too much. You know, the first Drake is actually going to go with the team that's wanting to scale, so that is I guess it's not really that interesting considering the bot lanes, you know, Zyra and Varus, but yeah.
Right,
See what we do
as
next.
this game is quieting down for a moment, let us look at where we stand. It's around the 400 or 500 gold lead for Plague, even though their bot lane is quite behind in CS. And their jungler as well, but they did get that first blood, did get that kill in the bot lane, and that is about the amount they're ahead. A lot of trading still in the spot lane. What do you think is the next course of action for these teams?
Well, if we're looking at terms of plates, I mean, if Kindred was able to get it and then try and, you know, force that on the bot lane, that would, you know, push Varus even further ahead, maybe a potential even first tower take in the bot lane. But yeah, looks like no priority over it just yet. Actually, how many marks does Gould? So he's sitting on 1 mark. So he is hunting. He hasn't been.
905 is in trouble. Trollo has a lot of front end damage on this Corki. 1 more rocket. He does manage to force out the wild
Bot
goal.
lane too, though. Oh.
Engage in the bot lane. Last ults forward. Mr. Branch is already very low, and already we saw the dive almost happen, but Wellesley wasn't there, and they choose to not chase that, while Pyrotom gets a kill in the top lane.
He also didn't think he had a burn flash, but I guess maybe he didn't really want the Kindred ulti to come down or have to be used and then set libs. But
Uh-oh. Pyrotom's on the chase. Trollo has already used the W away. So they are walking towards this bot side, but now they're between a rock and a hard place as Brams is coming from the other side. They have to go this way, and they are being chased by Pyrotom, who does a lot of damage. Laudio flashes away, gets the blast cone away.
yeah, and it was a good chase. You had the bot lane pressure as Leona and Kaiser were in base, and they even get the Corki flash, but has teleport to get back to lane. And yeah, it's just a couple of mishaps. If you, I guess the team that wants to, you know, play for the early game, having to burn flashes, especially Jarvan flash. Let's have EQ cataclysm.
Gets safely away though. Gotta say though, first power spikes are being hit by Plague. The mana moons on Last and Trollo are done. So it was expected that they were gonna try something. Unfortunately for them, it was not any kills, but they lost their top laner's life for it. so that's a feels bad man moment, hitting your power spike, but the enemy gets a kill. Wellesley now also has finished his first item. The Umbral Glaive is done. And so these Qs are gonna hit real bad. Trollwood gets poked down a lot by Kiz.
Yeah, and he doesn't really mind if he's buying CS, to be honest. It's kind of the same premise as what Soraka would want. You know, she gets around 8,000 gold. She gets the Ardent, she gets the Athenes. And she's good to go with buffing up her carries. And, you know, Corky's going to have to do a lot of work to get through. But, you know, a Corky free scaling 2 isn't exactly anything bad.
Does use the teleport to the tower, because he doesn't want any plates going to Tom out. Kiz. No, he goes over the wall with a Valkyrie. They really want to kill this Lulu. Daddy J was there as well, but Lulu just a bit too quick to get away.
Yeah, thankfully for him. And yeah, no Herald being taken at all. Not with the top pressure. And he's able to get a couple of tower plates for himself. And...
Yeah, well, Daddy J was roaming. Simon Ferocious hits this tower. Just that's what Jax does. Gets 2 plates.
Yeah, and he's sitting on. He's only got 600 gold. He's not. You know,
Breaker. The counter strike does come through. No haymaker to follow, so that was a good trade for Simon Ferocious.
Yeah, he's been trading with the haymaker. Just using that.
Party in the bot lane. Zenith Blade hits, and here comes Partom off the wall. And there came the solar flare, and already the bodies are falling. Mr. Branch is playing last. Pyrotom, can he get away from Lordio? The chase is on, he gets him, he dunks onto his face. But last, he's not the only casualty. Trollo dies as well. Here comes the double kill for Lordio. The teleport is cancelled by Daddy J. Can he survive now? Simon Frost is hitting him with a counter strike. Gets the showstopper and gets away with his life. And that was the first good fight for Plague in this whole series.
Yeah, and you know, again, they are using the tools that they have in this early game. You know, the Kindred didn't even manage to get the ultimate off. Lulu wasn't there, didn't get the ultimate off either. And you have the Jax TP cancel, just all the resources not being able to be used. And yeah, they're going to pick up a. Oh, this is.
Lordio does have smites. I don't think he can stop this, but Hui is forced away. Now, the turnaround is here. They get the knock from the Dragon. Last is here as well. No root from Zyra landing, and they force the wild growth from Kiz. Meanwhile, Daddy J is in trouble against Simon. The flashes away though, and the tower gives him the kill. Outplayed, says Daddy J, as the tower did the work for him. A bit overzealous, but the fight is already continuing. Here comes Pyrotom. He wants revenge for earlier, but Lordio gets away with a flag and drag, and no deaths happening in this river anymore at the moment.
And just tons of action exploding out of nowhere. And I thought Nino 5 was going to go down. 3v1 just did not fear anyone in that pit, but yeah, it's starting to creep away a little bit. You know, the team comp just don't have resources.
Pyrotom goes on to Daddy J. He does not have the ultimate or the flash. He just has to run away manually, but the slows from Kindred are relentless. Pyrotom does not choose to challenge this tower that already killed his teammate though, so Daddy J can walk away. Oh, still a flare lands. Zenith Blade as well, but last is stunned by a Bam. She cannot get any return damage. Gold ult from forward from him. Auto attack will kill Wellesley, and Kui gets the kill credit for that. Bramsh flashes forward to get the return kill onto last, but it costs his life. Double kill to Kui, the true carry of Plague. And that was a 2 for 1.
Yeah, I guess the only unfortunate thing is that both those kills go on to your Leona, and yeah, she will be tanky, but you know, Kaisa is just like, oh well, okay, I guess we won the trade, but unfortunately,
I will be happy with the assists. 2 assists is as much as 1 kill. Well, there are no shutdowns involved, so I don't think it's too bad, especially since also Bramsh got the return kill and not Wellesley. They will be content with that, but there's more action about to happen in the mid lane. Nordio gets caught by Pyrotom. Black and drag away.
Yeah, that's that's the simplicity of that. Just, I'm going to flag a drag, okay, I'm out of danger. And yeah, that's the end of that.
Trollo's rockets are starting to hurt, at least the red ones. But we see a lot of people around this river again. 4 members from Cnturion and 3 from Plague. Cnturion just securing themselves some vision. But the dragon's not that close to spawning it. It's definitely a while now, and Pyrotom could be caught out here. Gets caught by Kui, but Kui gets a lot of return damage dealt to him. But here comes the dunk.
Okay.
The Lamb's Respite will keep him alive for a while, and he gets the Wild Growth as well, and that is a lot of health gained back, but Last is on the flank. Look at the poke from the rockets as well, but so far no one has died. Here comes DJ with a speeder from the teleport. Gets slowed by Lulu though, gets rooted
Oh boy.
by the Chain of Corruption, and the chase is over. No deaths.
Yeah, you can see how fights want to play out, you know, where they use the Lamb's Respite into the low bar, you know. It slows down the re-engage, but, you know, they don't have the items quite yet. If they get there, we'll have to see. But, yeah, that wasn't the worst case.
Yeah, the problem is, the thing is with them roaming DJ to the mid lane and not getting anything for it. Simon Ferocious was allowed to easily kill the tower in the top lane. He's now 20 CS ahead as well. This Jax is starting to get a bit dangerous, because the later the game goes, the easier it will be for him to kill towers, and the faster it will go.
That is very true, yeah. He will be able to munch through these towers if he's given the chance, and he's already got one. Now the blade's complete. Got that phage too. You know, he's looking pretty strong. So is Corki though. Yeah, Man Immune, double 2 parts of the Triforce stun as well.
He already has enough gold to buy the Triforce, like completely. Back to bot lane. I know another reason why Last will not complain that Kui got these kills, and it is the Knight's War increased inventory. Pyrotom got caught by Chololo. Now he does not have the Lamb's Respite. One more auto will do it. Can he get it? Rocket lands Chololo with a solo kill. And now he has to run away from this Jack. Simon Ferocious is on his toes, maybe? But he's standing on a blast corner. Don't think Simon... Oh, gets behind him with the jump, gets to stun him with the slow.
Wait,
what? The Blade of the Ruin King. Chololo gets the Valkyrie to get away, but can he survive this? Kui, meanwhile, caught in the bot lane, a shutdown already onto Chololo for Simon, and now the 3v3 in the bot lane. Wild Growth comes onto the barriers, and now Audio is way too far forward. He ults forward to save his teammate's life, does not get the kill onto Bramsh, and it's 2 quick kills for Cnturion against Plague.
Yeah, and I wonder if the Corki was actually going to manage to get himself out there, but yeah, manages to die, and yeah, the bot lane 3v3 just doesn't quite go in their favour as well, and you know, I wonder if some nerves might start to creep in. You know, they are down, I mean, I don't know if they know, they're down 600 gold.
Goes in with the Zenith Blade, has to flash away though, Kui, and neither manages to kill Bramsh, even with the Ignite, nor manages to save the tower, as Pyrotom's already engaged this dragon, I think. Yeah, so at the moment, Cnturion are up on this game.
I mean, that
already in a 1,000 gold lead.
That Mountain Drake is... Oh, here comes TP. Oh, okay.
Oh, there comes the package as well. Ballsy flashes away. Can Trollo get this kill? One more auto will do it, and he does it. And they get a consolation prize for this dragon, but now Trololo is in a bit of trouble again. Does not use the blast from this time, but he just kills him. Pyrotom, a bit overeager, underestimating the Corki's damage. And now Kiz is against 3 people. Last gets a lot of damage
Here's Jax
forward, but now there are 2 deep in the enemy jungle. There's no way Last survives this. Tries to get some damage back into Brand.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Pays for that with his life. Almost. The showstopper gets Simon Ferocious in the middle of the team. Facebreaker. Long damage returned, but he gets the double kill. Outplayed, says Simon Ferocious. He does fall, but he gets a kill, even though he should have been dead way earlier. And that's a shutdown for Kiz onto Kui. In the end, as the dust settles, is a 3-4-2 for Cnturion, who are getting more and more of a foothold in this game.
Yeah, and the trouble is, it's the scaling advantage that they have too. So they will... Okay, I mean, they're going to burn everything.
He keeps getting caught in
Jeez.
situations where he shouldn't be, but this time
I mean, they chucked absolutely everything at that man, and yeah, did not manage to get a single thing. So yeah, he'll be feeling pretty good about that. 5, 2, and 3 on the Corki. He is ready to snowball this game out of control, given the chance. But yeah, the Kindred's not really working out at the moment. But he is going to go for the Bloons Echo over, you know, something like the Ardent Sensor. But yeah, once Jax hits his Triforce spike as well, he will be a monster in this side lane, and we'll just have to see where the game lies.
Caught by Daddy J here. Well, smites the crab and walks away. Yeah, this game, it's definitely not the story of Pyrotom carrying. This game is Simon Ferocious is an absolute monster at the moment on these Jax, as well as the bot lane doing a lot of work on these towers, and Kiz just being a nuisance. They get their third tower of the game. That's a 3-tower lead as well, as Plague have none to show for that. And that is why the gold lead is over 2,000 again. But of course there's the standing gold on the map that Plague could take. Mr. Ramsh dodges the Zenith Blade. But here comes Lordio, uses the Flag and Dragon. Ramsh has already killed Trollolo though, and that is their main source of damage at the moment. Last is just not there yet. And everybody's here from Cnturion, and the chase is on. Lordio is slowed by the Kindred, gets a Flag and Drag over the wall, but that is not the situation with the team, because Jax is on the enemy team. He jumps onto him, kills him with the counter-strike on, and that is 2 kills for nothing for Cnturion. And they could be looking for this Baron with the jungler dead.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little bit scary. This team is scaling regardless. If you have a Fed Corki, you get caught like that, and your damage all of a sudden just diminishes. This set...
over-chased there.
Yeah, and this set isn't really going to be able to do much. You know, Blade of the King and a Bramble Vest. Yeah, he's not terribly tanky,
is the question, because they are not killing it terribly fast at the moment. It does. It's at around 4,000 HP. JJ is the polymorph now, so the polymorph is not available. The jump is in onto him, gets the showstopper, but falls to Pyrotom, and now the Baron will be theirs. It was a brave attempt from DJ, but it did not look like he had really a chance to succeed. He did get a ward in, and that's about it.
Yeah, and right now you're just seeing a team that is struggling to use the resources they have against. Now is an IE Kindred, a Loon's Echo completed onto Lulu, and the game is just looking more and more bleak and looking more like a 2-0, but yeah, they still do have ways to win. They just need to try and get last into this game, get them towards 2 items, starting to get 3. Maybe get the Corki on the IE, then maybe they can look to turn around with the damage they have, but yeah, right now this team is ramping up and definitely playing off their confidence.
Yeah, at the moment, just the Kindred, the Jax, also, like basically everyone on Centurion's team, the tanks on the side of Plague are just not tanky enough yet to take that kind of punishment, when everybody can deal damage on the enemy team. The disadvantage may be that they don't have a tank themselves, but the tanks are just not there yet to withstand 5 pupils of damage. Speaking of withstand, look at Simon Ferocious, that was just a jump and a W, and a lot of damage on the LJ. Oh, Trollolo wants that chase, maybe? No. Chooses not to, as Bramsh is in the jungle and has to get himself out of there. The dragon will spawn in less than a minute, so that is what Cnturion will be looking for in about 15 seconds. But Plague trying to get a foothold somewhere around this jungle to at least challenge this dragon. While Kiz is in the top lane, he will kill this top lane tower probably, as no one's there to answer him, and he does have the TP to join any kind of fight that would be taking out. Bramsh could be caught. He did get the root, but Danny J is there with a face break.
He got it up.
Cnturion picked up the dragon, but now the engage is here. Lamzer's fight already uses a 3v3 in the top side of this jungle.
Yes, Corki,
and the
though.
kill comes down onto Pyrotom and Bramsh.
Oh,
Last
boy.
has fallen, and the chase is on. Here comes Simon Ferocious, and he is ferocious. Double kill for the Jax. He's got Twee as well. It's going to be a triple kill for him as a counter-strike.
Oh no!
Daddy J gets good return damage, and only 1 kill though. And Simon Ferocious is now on him. It's a quadra kill for the Jax. And disaster strikes Plague as the start of the fight looked pretty good.
Oh, that fail flash from Kui. Ah, that hurts. That just hurts. But yeah, we just see Jax Lulu. I guess it's the new combo. Who needs Tarak E? But you know, when you've got a 3,500 gold lead on your top laner, you know, Corki just can't 1v9. At this point, Jax will just jump him, and yeah, there's not much peel going on.
Lulu can speed him up, can give him a shield, can ult him. This Jax is very, very, very scary for Plague at the moment, because they have no one tanky enough to take more than like 5 auto attacks from him, and that is not good when the Jax is that fed.
Yeah, and
there are other damage carries around him.
He's also managed to get himself a Starix Gauge and another dagger right. So yeah,
I mean, quarter kills will do that for you.
Yeah, hard to kill, and now has a Starix Gauge. So yeah, this guy is going to be very, very frightening. But I would still like to see another fight with a Corki IE. Just maybe the right engage with the Leona and the Jarvan. You know, maybe Corki can get it done.
On the bright side, on the bright side, Last now finally has finished the Ginsu's Rageblade. The set is about to finish the Thornmail to at least slow down Simon's heal and attack speed. So maybe there's a silver lining there somewhere for Plague, but they need to catch him, and this could be the catch they needed. The Counter-Strike is already used. The
Yep, there we
strike
go.
speed cannot save him. They did need 4 people, but they killed the Jax with no retaliation.
Yeah.
And this could be a window for them to come back into this game.
Well, unfortunately, the 1,000 gold went on to the Jarvan. It's a little bit sad. You know, you'd obviously like that onto your Kaiser. She would love that 1,000 gold, but yeah, a shutdown is a shutdown nonetheless, and they managed to kill the Jax, and it'll give them confidence and also buy them time.
Oh, they're setting a trap, but this time it's not a Fiddlesticks. It's quote-unquote just Kindred and Zyra. The Zyra, though, is pretty scary with the Leandre's Torment in the inventory, so they probably shouldn't venture into the jungle too carelessly. Here comes the root, but it only hits Qui, so I don't think an engage is going to happen here. As the teleport comes from behind from Daddy J, can Cnturion escape this? It does look that way. Daddy J goes the short way around, and thus Cnturion are gone.
Yeah, there's nothing really for them to gain right now. You've got 2 minutes on this Mountain Soul, and it just reinforces the scaling. You know, it makes them much harder to kill if they weren't already with the annoying.
Lordy wants this. He ults Wellesley, but he just gets the Wild Growth. Last comes behind with his own ult, but it's just not enough damage against this Lulu shielding, and Wellesley survives pretty easily. He only, quote-unquote, had to flash.
Well,
So,
I mean,
ADC Summoner, it's something.
yeah, they get the flash, and it won't be there for the dragon. So that is definitely something for them to look towards.
Good bot lane, though.
And I'm surprised that he's going for. Oh, okay. Oh.
The Chain of Corruption did miss, but Lordio is on the wolves. He's out at the moment, but Daddy J takes so much damage! Good shield from the Haymaker and barely survives. The bot tower has fallen to Jax, but this could mean they get a fight without the Jax in it. Cnturion managed to disengage though, as Cholulu is answering Simon.
Well, Wellesley now without a summoner in sight. That is the heal burn too to just aid the Kindred's escape. But
I mean, it's
yeah,
good to be able to kill a Varus, but he is not the main threat on Centurion's team at this very moment, at least.
Yeah, I mean, even with the Lulu shields, yeah, he's doing poke damage. He's not going to be able to use those resources like the Jack and the Kindred would. And yeah, we see the Ardent coming through. I mean, he's probably sitting on that a while. Just mention it now. I just wonder what.
Also, once Kiz's teleport is up again, they will have the teleport advantage. Trollu does have his own, but as Daddy J wasted his teleport earlier around that dragon area, and Simon has his, it's going to be tough to keep control of the map against the Cnturion squad. Also, look at the top lane with the wave crashing already at the inhibitor tower.
Yeah, and now Kindred has 4 marks, just noticed that. Plus Jax has 2 parts to that Wit's End. This soul is up in 2 seconds time, so that is going to be...
and it's
yeah,
already engaged. They have a pink ward on it, so if Plague want to try and challenge this, they have
Jar. Did they not?
They're a lot quicker, but they're not even challenging. The soul is Centurion's, and with that, the chances of this being a 3-game series are getting slimmer and slimmer. Now, Qui has been caught by Simon. Slow lands, stun lands, Qui flashes away, but he cannot get out of there. Even the Solar Flare cannot save him, and that was an easy and unnecessary kill for Plague to get, for Plague to give up, and now Daddy J has to flash away as well. Lordio came in over the flank, but uses his ult only to disengage. And that will be a free Baron, probably, for the side of Cnturion.
Yeah, and I think, did Jax just like flash into the cack, wasn't there? I think he tried to, maybe he tried to flash over. Okay, but...
yeah, Baron is probably theirs. This time it's falling a lot quicker. It's already down to 7,000 HP. The Plague team are coming in with 5,000 HP. This is already probably too late, unless they get a Miracle Seal from Troll. Now they fight and Lordio is dead, so there's not going to be a Smite Steal. They chase away Trollu and Last as well. Simon Ferocious is ferocious again. Last is dead, and it's another kill on the top side. Bramsh has almost soloed Daddy J. And Simon is not stunned yet. He wants Trollu as well. Trollu does manage to run away, but it's only 2 alive against a Baron buff 5-man squad from Cnturion. This could be game right here, right now.
Yeah, it could be. Might just be in here, but...
On goes forward, gets stunned by Leona. Solar Flare hits 2 people, but already the tower has fallen. The inhib is about to fall. Maybe they won't end, but this is gonna mean... they're trying it.
I mean, yeah, they got the Jacks. Just he's going to start wailing on these towers. Here we go. There's tower number 1.
Could make a final stand here.
Oh,
Package
here goes
is
Corky.
used, but nobody's really burning on it except Framsh, who does fall. Corky is against so many people, he cannot do anything. Lodio is the only one left alive, and here comes last. Can he save his team? Well, he's hitting in the Nexus. He does fall, and now Kui, can he get this? Simon Ferocious, he's alone on the Nexus while the rest of his team has already fallen. He does need only 2 more auto takes 1 more reset. They get him triple kill for last, and the Nexus lives on a sliver of HP. They really thought they could end this, but Plague saved themselves one last time this game, probably, as their chances of winning are still slim.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to cling on, you may as well do it with the 2 hits off the Nexus, and yeah, the triple kill onto your Kaisa now, and you know, Corky has 4 items too. It's definitely not over. It's going to be obviously a stretch to try and get themselves to the Elder Dragon, but yeah, they can definitely try and get there. We'll just see if they can hold on.
I mean, on the bright side, because we are a positive
Oh, of course, of course.
while both Nexus towers did fall, it's only 1 inhibitor that's dead, right? So only 1 array of super minions in the middle. And teleport comes in from Kiz. He wants to backdoor, but he just teleported into the enemy team. He's already dead before Simon Ferocious arrives, and this looks just like inting. He's 1v4. Can he get at least 1 kill? He jumps onto last, but he just walks away, and yeah, the stopwatch is not going to save him for a long time. What are Cnturion doing?
I mean, like, where else are they going to be? Of course they're in their base.
Is this some form of advanced BM or something? I'm not entirely sure what they were trying to accomplish there. Like, if you're going to TP them both in, just at least do it at the same time. But even though,
I mean,
they should have known 5 people were in the base, right?
Yeah, that was just outright dumb. Honestly, there's no other way to describe that. Just outright dumb.
I mean, it's 10 seconds till Kiz respawn, so I don't think they can get much more than this inner tower. But it's just so much gold that they unnecessarily just gave to the enemy team. And now Bramsh, Last jumps on him. This could be another catch for them. Bramsh has no way to escape. Last is unstoppable. Is this the beginning of a comeback for Plague?
Oh boy. Oh.
Solar Flare did not hit Tom, and so he can limp away, but it's another 35 more seconds that Cnturion do not have their full squad. No objectives are spawning at the very moment, but as I said, it's just free gold they're giving to the enemy team for no reason. 1 minute 40 until the Elder Dragon spawns.
Yeah, and it's just looking scarier and scarier. You know, it was a sign of desperation with those double TPs, and yeah, this is not looking great. If play this Plague side, and we'll just have to see what the next part their plan is. Really, hope it's not more inting. But
for this Elder Dragon, just to remind everybody, Corky will have his package. So he will have 1 equalizer-like ability to throw down to try and get something done in this fight. They will have a hard time going towards this dragon though, because Cnturion still have pretty good vision control around it and in the enemy red buff jungle. So they're probably going to just look at, we want this Elder, and then you can never fight us ever again.
Well, this definitely decides if we're going to game 3 or if it is going to be a 2-0, that's for sure. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be sneaky death rush, but yeah, they're still going to be very, very wary of how much damage they can bring.
Oh,
okay, Corky's there though.
That is a lot of damage. Oh, Claudio goes in, uses the ult,
Oh!
3 people, but even with the active
Corky!
Stoneblade, he cannot survive. Corky's dead as well already. Solar Flare may hit somebody, but Simon Ferocious is on the chase. Can he get last? He will stun Daddy J and the set. Even though he tries to use the showstopper, he's dead. This is surely game. Last has no way to escape either. This is over. Cnturion win 2-0 against Plague, who had some valiant efforts to defend themselves, but in the end it was a pretty one-sided series, you gotta say. And it's the ace as well, and the Nexus falls for a 2-0 win for Cnturion. This is their first step towards revenge for the lost split. Of course, it's gonna feel good right now, right here.
Yeah, and just a good 2-0. I mean, okay, apart from the little hiccup they had, but they got 3 kills and that strange strange double TP, but fortunate enough for them, L'Oreal just swings one back, just decides to ulti. Maybe just got a rush of blood, just thinking maybe they could fight there, but yeah, when Jax gets ahead like that and has a Lulu, you just know what's going to happen, and just
like the idea from Lordio looked not that bad. Like I have stone plate, I can trap 3 people in my ult. Maybe my team can do something then. But he pressed the stone plate and he still died in like 1 second.
yeah.
So that was just how far they were behind these damage dealers on the side of Cnturion, and I'm still not sure about the TPs, as you said. Were they BM? Did they just think they could get some kind of backdoor happening? BM would see it as pretty bad form, but it's up to the players to decide that. We're gonna have an interview with the player from the winning team, so we can directly ask them. It's gonna be Welzy, the ADC from Cnturion, but yeah, let's just hear what he has to say. If I can just get him moved here. There he is. Hi, Welzy. How are you feeling after this clean and totally not unclean 2-0 win over Plague?
Well, it's good. It's redemption after last time. We're all pretty relieved.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I was going to ask you, with the expectation going in, how was that, and how did the enemy team Plague compare to what you were expecting of them?
We put a bit more prep in compared to last time, and we were pretty underwhelmed. We were kind of expecting a bit more, but they didn't really have much.
All right. So will you get revenge? Will you win this split?
We hope so.
Did you think that Trello was going to be dangerous enough on that Corky? Because he obviously was picking up kills. He had near enough 10 CS per minute. But were you ever worried that the game could be thrown?
Not really. I mean, we even did the double TP play. Was we thought we had some extra moves waiting to go, but Cookie wasn't really a problem. Just Jax Lulu runs him down.
Yeah.
So the double TP, was it BM or was it we can end here?
We had a plan. It didn't work out.
Okay.
We thought the board wasn't going to die that quickly, and then.
All right. So right. Coming playoffs fairly soon. Plague was undefeated before today, so it's not too unlikely you'll meet them there. Do you think they'll be more challenging then?
Yeah, Plague do seem to be a team that does. They do prepare for their opponent. Maybe they just didn't really have enough time this time, but yeah, we'd expect them to have a few more counters next time.
All right. So the hype is definitely building towards these playoffs, in my opinion. So, coming away from the series in itself, in the future, the last few weeks and in the playoffs, then is there like a champion that you really want to play, but your team doesn't want you to play it? Something you bring out at a 2-0 lead in a best of 5 series?
I do have a spicy pick lined up for bot lane. It's still in development at the moment, but we'll have to see if it's ready to come out. That's all I can say at the moment.
Yeah, so you're not willing to leak it. That is unfortunate.
It's
right.
a spicy pick. We'll leave it at that.
Okay. All right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you guys with your performance today, or you personally, if that's what you prefer to answer?
Yeah, definitely a 10. It's been a nightmare reliving the finals every time we send the clips. It definitely puts that to rest.
Yeah.
So Plague was definitely in your guys' great book of grudges here.
It was the biggest mistake of last split. We went pretty much through the entire split unbeaten. We dropped the game to Paradox last time, and to lose that way to Plague last time was pretty painful.
All right, so definitely some PTSD playing into this. Speaking of that, there was one change in your roster. Pyrotom has come in for Drigger. Is there anything that changed beyond the pure mechanics of the person? Is he more vocal or less vocal, or what changed for the dynamic of the team?
Well, he had really big shoes to fill. Drigger is he was the heart and soul of the team, and to lose Drigger, it was a devastating loss. With Tom, Tom's really vocal. He says what he wants. He does what he wants, and we just, if we want to play to his style, we'll go that way. And if we want to play a different style, he's willing to change and play to how we want to play.
All right, and he's definitely not going to get Fiddle again, I assume.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that Fiddle will definitely be gone for the rest of the split, I believe. But
It's a good pick, but I think there's options people can play against it if they do their research into it. So maybe leave it open and try again.
Well, that is definitely not reverse psychology, guys. Definitely leave the fill sticks open against them. They said you can play against it. All right, I want to send you off to celebrate with your team, but before that, one more question: is there someone you want to either call out or someone you feel is underappreciated that you want to like give praise to?
Yeah, so big shout outs to Coach Barnsey, Simon's top positional coach. He's put a lot of work into Simon, and it's been paying off.
Yeah, that last game on Jax, that was huge.
All Barnsey. Barnsey was he was prepping it.
All right. So with that, I'm gonna send you off celebrating with your team. It was a very well-deserved victory today. We're gonna hope the performance keeps up. So we're gonna have spicy finals, hopefully. And yeah, have a good one.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Bye.
yeah, well played.
All right, that was the winners interview with, in case someone's only tuning in now, with the ADC of Team Cnturion, who got a pretty good 2-0 victory over defending champions Plague, and are now the sole undefeated team in Division 1. As you can see, other results are on the screen, with With's Elite defeating Paradox 2-0, while Vulpine Esports and Horizon Shadow are still at the 1-0 mark. And for Division 2, Deja Vu are leading against Claytrons with 1-0. That one you can watch on official Valence League 2. The game is going right now. So after we're done here, you can definitely hop over. I've been Morijo. I've been having a lot of fun. And I hope you guys will tune in Monday and, of course, next week again. Demo, any final words you want to direct?
Yeah, just I'm glad I could cast this series. It was a good 2-0. And yeah, maybe a preview of the final. Who knows? Maybe someone else willing to challenge that. But yeah, I'm hopefully going to be casted on Monday, and I look forward to it.
All right, guys, then hop over to official Valence League 2. It's the same name as this channel, only with a 2 in the end of the URL. And as I said, I hope you guys tune in next week and on Monday for more Valence League. Good night, everybody.
Your stars have burnt out, and your heart makes no sound. I'll find valid in your eyes. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky. You'll always be my night sky.
I get lost inside my thoughts, and when I start to think, oh, the tunnel close, it starts to end up on the brink. I tried so hard, but all these scars, they cut so deep, I bleed. I fell so fast from heaven, it's like someone clipped my wings. Now I'm falling, and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity? It keeps bringing me down. I can't breathe, and I don't wanna die. Can we stop this gravity? 'Cause I don't wanna say goodbye.
Like
I laid awake just begging to let go. I almost got to suicidal thoughts, but you stepped in. An angel sent from heaven showed me how to live again. Now I'm falling and I can't see the ground. Can we stop this gravity?